What's up, everybody? How's it going? Happy Monday, gang. Posting the Discord. Y'all have a good weekend? How's it going? We got a great week planned, folks. What's up, ClickStash? I'm depressed. Sorry about that. Speedy. Special K. Hold on. Nikki. That's yo. Kalsadi. ZKR. Flashbang. Adam. My thing broke. Wait. I gotta scroll back up. Rafa. Caden. Green Luigi. Ron. M. Latiri. Akras. Happy guy. I'm a happy guy. What's my best on 9 circles? 40%. We still have to learn the wave part. Yes, we are doing reacts today. What's up, Holland Fewer? That's gonna be Slice. Halab, not Jacob. Attila Gal. Chad. Bro, play already? You're gonna wait a while. We have to do clips first, my Teej clips, and then we're reacting to part 1 of the Samifying Space UK video. Finally, we've been talking about doing that. And then we are going to hop into 9 circles day 4, folks. It has been a minute. We have not played since last Thursday, so it's been like 3 or 4 days. I am scared, but we will be playing 9 circles today. I'm sorry we didn't get into 9 circles last Friday, since we filmed that super or long react. It was a 3-hour video. Over 1,000 views on YouTube, by the way. So people have been super enjoying that how hard Geometry Dash actually is react, which is awesome. That means we'll probably be doing long reacts in the future. What's up, Ega Looter? What's up, Eagle Cyan or Eagle Saiyan? Let me get the song name for y'all, because I know some people are asking. The romanization is Nai Mono Nadari, but it's spelled in Japanese. But I think if you type the romanization into Spotify or whatever your platform of choice, you'll be able to see it. But it's Nai Mono Nadari by Kanabun, if you want to playlist it. Yep. We don't gatekeep good music here. Kanabun, super cool band. Oh, whoops. I cut it off early. It's important to hear like their fingers come off the frets at the end, right? It's important. Okay. Also, if you're confused and don't know what we're talking about, I play copywritten music on Twitch. If you're watching on YouTube, it's just silent and you're confused. But let's hop into clips. We have intro at the stream. Let's hop into clips. As a reminder, for the love of heck, join the Discord. Join the Discord. And you can hop over to the Teej Clips channel, which is where we start each stream. It's where people clip parts of the stream this stream that we stream together, that we create together, and then they toss it in this channel. You should low-key add me on GD. No, I don't add people on GD, but good luck with life. And now we are going to watch these clips. We do a segment called Clip or Skip. If you want me to watch the clip, you can vote on it. If this has more of the clip reacts, we watch it. If it has more skip reacts, we skip it. Therefore, the majority said skip, we skip. The majority said clip, we clip. No, my precious ego. Let's see. I've heard people in my chat mention before that some levels get downgraded and people get really angry. They're like,
no, my precious ego. My precious ego. I beat an extreme, now it's an insane. I'm less of a player now. My ego has been challenged. Whatever shall I do?
I sounded kind of like King Kai from Dragon Ball Z. Any Dragon Ball Z knowers in there? That sounded straight King Kai. I've heard people in my chat...
Ego has been challenged. Whatever shall I do?
I can't reenact that. That is straight up King Kai. That's insane. Anyway, yeah, it is a bit majestic. I stand by it. I think some people can be so cringe with gamer ego. I'm going to be honest. I stand by it. Y'all need to stop caring so much about stuff. Anime protagonist versus Tej, because most voted for skip, we will skip. Because most voted for clip, we will clip. For the love of God, join the Discord, hop over to this channel, and do vote. Guess how cold it is where I am? 98 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh my God!
This clip is titled Who's Under the Table. Oh, I already see where this is going. Bro, who's under the table? Sorry. I stole that joke. That's a joke that everybody says. That is not a TJ original. I usually pride myself in making original jokes. That is a stolen valor, stolen joke. That low effort people who don't even understand comedy use throughout the internet these days. I won't judge them. I also took part in it, but I do think it's a cheap joke. What's up, DRM? Teach's final hardest, because most voted, dude, it's crazy. Since nobody participates, I think Abood is like the only one participating. Abood has solely picked what clips we clip and what skips we skip. It's really a lot for you to think about.
Entire career.
What's your future hardest, Eternus?
Verifying this one level.
Yeah, we'll get around to that this week later. Later this week. Oh, skipping. Clipping. Perfect frame. Hit me.
This is due to a lot of inputs being so precise that they contain frame.
If only more people voted, including me. Yeah, I don't really know what to do about this segment because people have stated that they enjoy watching this clip or skip segment. But I would argue that if you enjoy watching it so much, why don't you participate in the game that I've created? Sorry, I had to clear my throat really quick. I had to clear it out. Because it's even like, you don't have to do it off stream. I would surmise that like, even if as we're watching them, if you just had the Discord pulled up on your second monitor or whatever, you could literally just like vote at like, oh, or I guess you can't do that because what I just said is we will vote. If it's more skips, we skip it. Never mind. I don't really know, but I don't know what to do about this segment.
Perfect, which is where on certain frames per second.
My frame's perfect. Sorry. I wasn't paying attention, so I'll vote skip. But we did watch it. And then this is the final one. Holy fluke. Oh, wait, it was voted skip. All right, that's the end of Clipper Skip. Just like that, you evil little people or folks. You viewers of mine. So viewing. Tej, do you like progressing for yourself or for the community? What? Like in the game progressing or like what? I do it for me, bro. I'm a gamer. Well, I'm so confused. Okay, let's just watch the video, man. This is actually this is going to be the start of the video, so I should just read it. The best player in Geometry Dash history. This is part 1 of Samifying's Space UK series. We'll be reacting to part 1 today. and we will react to part 2 tomorrow. Now, my chat has already told me a little bit about Space UK. Basically, I would say the 3 pillars of being a Geometry Dash streamer, the 3 things you can't, like your chat will tell you almost immediately. Doggy is verifying grief, Zoink is the GOAT, and Space UK cheated. So I have not been able to, even as a Geometry Dash noob, I have not been able to avoid the information of Space UK cheating. So I'm not going into this video with a complete, you know, fully new perspective on the situation, but I don't know all the details of what happened with the Space UK situation, nor how it unfurled, nor how it affected the community at large at the time. So that is why I'm going to be reacting to the Samifying video. And since I know that information, that's why you, the audience, also needs to know that I know that information. His scandal changed the game a lot.
The largest scale hacking scandal we have ever seen in this game.
He was forced to confess. It was not something that he did willingly.
It changed an entire 2 years of Geometry Dash top player history.
I know how much money you made from YouTube. It wasn't a small amount.
All of us have that one game that we share a very special connection with. Either because it helped us get through a rough time in our life, or it allowed us to meet others and form long-term friendships. In my case, that game...
Yo, W Gary's Mod. I know some of the younger people these days, y'all never got to play Gary's Mod, and for that, I weep for you.
Geometry
That game was sick, bro. I played that game all the time back in middle school.
Dash. A silly little mobile game that you even might have had on your phone at some point. But do not let that undersell you on the absolute insanity that has occurred over the years in this game. Because it turns out I was not alone. There's millions of other players that enjoy the game just as much as I do. And when a community like that forms, it is only natural for the game to become competitive.
Oh my god!
Makes sense?
What? I just beat EXO!
It is hard to put into words the amount of skill these players have.
I will say, this is something I've never understood with really any game community. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's because I've never gotten good enough at a game to experience this, but I've never understood, like, you know, with like speedrunning leaderboards, how like one player is like, oh no, I'm the best. And that inspires another player to like push past their limits. Like for me, playing a game has always been like, I'm competitive with myself. I'm not really competitive with others. Even in like skills-based matchmaking where I'm going up against other people, I'm not going against them because I want to beat them. I'm going against them because I want to become a better version of myself, which I guess could be said the same way when you're like inspired by someone you're literally going to head head with, like on top of a leaderboard. But all that's to say, Aeon Air beating Prometheus.
From
What was the name of that level?
executing almost pixel-perfect movements to pushing the limits of what humans can do in this game. Tons of friendly rivalries have formed over the years, with top players helping each other out and cheering each other on. It was all about pushing the limits together. However,
TeejVeen, why do you not have enemies, bro? Leave some chill pills for the rest of us. I just don't like having enemies, I think. Promethean, thank you, Xplex.
the story that I'm gonna tell you today...
By the way, y'all, in case you aren't familiar, Samifying is a fox, and currently in this frame, we have the backwards 3 once again, but the roasted marshmallow on the fire is a fox. Is
what happens
still
when one of those players decides that everyone else is worth jack shit.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll be able to talk more about this. Like, I don't want to get too deep into this when we're not even that deep into this video react series, but cheating as a concept really confuses me, even with the point I was just making about how, like, I'm more competitive with myself than with other people. So let's put a pin in that for now. I'm sure there's going to be a point where we can talk about it more or it comes up more organically, but cheating doesn't make sense to me. I feel like you're just cheating yourself. And I'm not saying that to just give myself a gold star, like, wow, look at the super good opinion I have. But I do think cheating's cringe. Oh, Space UK cheated? Part 1 to 2, Chapter 0.
Welcome to Geometry Dash. Originally starting as a mobile game, it was...
Y'all remember Candy Crush? I feel like Candy Crush had a chokehold on all of humanity, and then it just kind of like disappeared.
was eventually released on Steam a year later. The gameplay is actually very similar to the old classic The Impossible game, but with way more layers added on top of it, including an editor. This means anyone can go and create their own unique user level.
How many people here in chat, how many of y'all have used the level editor to make your own levels? I'm just curious because I still haven't made a level, but I know a lot of people, they love doing it.
And upload them to the servers for others to play. This feature alone is basically what has carried this game over the years. The developer himself clearly has shown no signs of maintaining the game on an active basis, which means we rely on players to create levels and content to play. And oh my god, they do it well.
Yeah, dude, I was about that. Look at that toad frog, man, with the stony face. And he got some moss as a head and some mushrooms growing out of it. Bro, I've never seen this. Wait, can you like import images into Geometry Dash to use as backgrounds? I guess you have to. Wait, that was a stupid question. I was like, they didn't build this out of like Geometry Dash blocks, did they? I was thinking it was Minecraft. Oh yeah, with mods, that makes sense. I was like, how did they build this out of like Geometry Dash assets? I'm kind of a dumbass sometimes. They did build it? How? Yo, okay, super good React take I'm about to have. I think that Geometry Dash levels look cool sometimes. Like, I think some people have made some really cool looking Geometry Dash levels. Thoughts? I know that's a little controversial, but I want to hear your thoughts on that take. Because you can expect the spiciest of takes here. Look at this!
This game is truly blessed with one of the most passionate and creative communities out there. A badge that we should wear proudly wherever we go. But,
dude, and people reacted to my last video with this. It's like, y'all need to understand, like, yes, W Geometry Dash community, it's awesome. Y'all need to understand that there are other communities, game communities that exist where people make custom levels. You need to understand that there are other game communities where people make custom levels and they keep raising the stakes of the skill ceiling of the game. Because some Geometry Dash people, some of the people who commented on my last React video, they clearly don't understand that. They think Geometry Dash is the only game in existence that's ever had custom levels made by its community. And it is insane. Y'all need to like broaden your scope of familiarity with games.
it's not just on the creative side where players have pushed the limits over the years.
But yes, W Geometry Dash community, it's awesome.
Like in any game, with difficulty comes glory. One of the most prestigious titles any player can hold is to be the verifier of the current hardest level. The community has gathered over the years to create a list that ranks levels based on their difficulty, with the level that sits on the throne on top being the current hardest level that anyone has ever beaten. An absolute horrid and treacherous task that has taken a toll on many of the best players in the game. Beating a top 1 demon is not something that you do overnight. It's a journey that can take hundreds of thousands of attempts to complete. But at the end, you stand as a true symbol of determination.
That is crazy for me to think about because I've just been motivated by new hardest all of my Geometry Dash journey, and I've already experienced just the exponentiality behind how much longer my grinds take. Like, there was a time when I played this game and I could beat not even just a new level, but like a new hardest, like multiple new hardests in one day. I am no longer in that part of my game progression anymore. So that is part of like, I am really interested in how like this game, I don't even know if it's like, obviously it is addictive to a sense, but I am curious about like what drives a player even at like this level of play to just continue to stare deeper and deeper into the void that is like trying to best this game, right? Like that ultimately when you're trying to get better at a game, it's like you are trying to beat the game. Historically, beating a game just meant beating the level. But in a game where customized levels are infinite, it's like you can't ever really beat the game. But it is kind of like you're breaking in a wild horse. It's kind of beautiful, man. Like there's no true preordained end goal. It's just like as far and as deep as you want to go, the void simply will continue to stare back at you. Godspeed.
Determination and skill, with everyone's attention on you. So what would happen if someone tried faking their way to the top?
If someone faked their way to the top, that would be so cringe. But I don't think anyone would ever do that in GD.
Because a lot of people say that anyone can beat anything in this game, which I personally kind of believe. On one end, it's just kind of like a dedication thing. But
I agree.
because the game is so simple by nature, the #1 player is kind of like what you should reach after. Kind of like a swimmer trying to become Michael Phelps, right? But without the genetic advantage.
The history of the #1 player actually goes really far back. Over the years, a countless number of players have actually shared that title. Whoever was considered the best player was actively beating the hardest levels and pushing the boundaries of this game further. This title, however, would always be in contention. For a majority of this game's lifespan, it actually always was a group of players that was hanging around at the top. You would have constant rivalries with both sides just pushing each other further.
That's how a lot of games go. Like, I think about Smash. Like, have any of you ever watched the Smash documentary? It's very similar. I mean, a lot of burgeoning game communities, it's always like that. Like, there's kind of like a Mount Rushmore of players who are constantly like pushing each other to improve.
And further.
It takes a while for like a singular GOAT to kind of form.
And while they were having an end-of-the-world Dragon Ball fight up there, the rest of the community was trying to keep up. From an outsider's point of view, this was absolutely amazing to watch. Sitting around in streams all day, watching them throw attempt after attempt at what seemed to be an unbreakable wall. It's like rooting for your favorite football team. You want them to succeed, you want them to beat that level because you know how much work and effort that they put into it. There's a certain level of trust that the community has between them and the top players. Trust that sadly has been abused in the past before. As I explained in my Impossible Levels video,
I don't know who Cyclic is either, Chad.
one of the biggest rivalries in Geometry Dash history
Who's
is
that?
between Riot and Cyclic. And if you watch that video, you know how that turned out.
I have not watched that video. Should I watch that video? Wait, there's a Riot versus Cyclic video. I have heard about Riot randomly from my chat. I think Riot was the one who verified Bloodbath. Is that what I know about Riot?
Out.
Cyclic created Sonic Wave. Cyclic's a really old hacker. Okay.
It turned out Cyclic had cheated everything. Apparently, not a single one of his completions that we all knew him for, that we all loved him for, was legit. This is something
That's cringe, Cyclic. Can I just say that's cringe?
that struck a dagger deep into the heart of the community. Up until that point, it wasn't really precedented that a community figure,
Like that. Okay, so that's what I want to say. It's like, I get it that like cheating and putting yourself at the top and getting like beloved by everybody because they think that you're really cool. Like, I get that motivation. I just don't understand how people live with themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, it's like, we've all recognized that the whole point of Geometry Dash is about the relationship between the player and themselves and how they can push past their mental limits to reach like new heights that they never thought possible. When a game and its skill is determined almost entirely based off of that, on how powerful your relationship of self is, it makes even less sense to cheat. Like, it's almost like, you know how people like cheat in Counter-Strike and they use like aimbot and like headshots? It's like the point of the game is to like win, right? You're supposed to beat the other team. In a game that is solely based on you getting better at the game and being at the top of the game, like you yourself, that's why it makes so little sense. You're not trying to really beat anybody else. You're just like, I don't know, man. I think that's so cringe. That's just like a weak ego. It's like you deleted the whole point of the game. And that's why I understand the propensity for that some people do cheat. I just don't understand the reasoning for what the point is. It's a hollow victory. It's like, yeah, dude, like people might, like, is it worth it to be beloved for no reason? Like, how do people live with that? Like, and that's one thing, like, I've been a people pleaser for a lot of my life. Like, I understand wanting to like satisfy others, but it's so weird to me that some people are just like, at any cost to be beloved by many, even if it's for something that I didn't earn, that's okay with me. That's what's mind-blowing to me. And also, how do you sleep at night?
someone that we all looked up to would abuse our trust.
It's because they want to be the best, right? But like, I get that they want to be the best because to them, they don't want to be the best because of how meaningful it like the journey of becoming the best is. Like they don't want to grind there. They don't want to learn new things about themselves on the journey of success and failures that it takes to become the best. They just want to be the best so others can see them being the best and glaze them. And I think that's so, like, again, I don't want to put a gold star on my just for like, oh, W, like popular opinion, but it's like, my whole life, I want to understand how some people operate, and I just don't understand how you land there. It's so gross and just sad and misleading. And honestly, can I say it? Capital P, pathetic. I don't get it.
In such a blatant way.
In an interview, Space did say he had trouble sleeping. You know, honestly, good. Honestly, good. And I know I've heard from my chat that Space UK is like, since like he's been on like a reformation path, he allegedly no longer cheats, and now he's like very like by the book. It's like, yeah, dude, if you do dumb stuff like this to try and get like, it's like people say, it's if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Yeah, if the simple path to becoming the best in a game is simply to cheat the way there, you're not cheating anyone else. You're simply cheating yourself first and foremost. So I would certainly hope for like your own soul's sake that your conscience would feel horrible about that. And you deserve to.
And you would think that from that, people would have learned. When you cheat, sure, short term, you get lots of attention and people think you're actually good at the game. But long term, you're not only hurting yourself, but an entire community of genuine, hardworking players. And the person I'm gonna talk about today, for some reason, just didn't get that.
Damify spitting, bro.
He was hard to comprehend in terms of skill, just because he was such a weird player that you've never really seen before.
Like, he was beating stuff way faster than anything or anyone else. Like, it was something like people have never seen before. It was like way faster than Switch, like fast.
Yeah, honestly, Space UK has kind of redeemed himself, but we won't forget what he did. Here's the thing. I'm a strong proponent for redemption, where redemption is like, there are some acts that humans can make that are irredeemable, in my opinion. I'll let y'all go ahead and kind of play your own mind games to get there, but I think a lot of us know what I'm talking about. But there are things like cheating where I'm like, okay, yes, I do believe that people deserve a shot at redemption. But yeah, it is a case of like, we can forgive, but we can't forget. Like, all of the rest of Space UK's reality, he has this besmirched name that he has to rise above even harder than the next person who has never been outed for cheating. And like, we should respect that on one hand, but two, he did it to himself. I'm glad he's decided to walk a more respectable path, but the more respectable path would have just never to have cheated to begin with. And that's just kind of the L you have to hold for the rest of your life, which, you know, best of luck to him. But, you know, it is very hard to gain people's trust. It is so easy to lose it.
Faster than anyone.
Put yourself in.
What's your opinion on apples? Asking the real questions. They're good.
The mind of a player in 2020. At this point, the game has almost 7 years of incredible achievements on its back. We went from hating on hard levels to them becoming the spectacles of the community. But even then, at this point in 2020, new players were improving faster than ever. This was an era defined by a new generation of incredibly versatile players that were beating things at a faster rate than ever before. Tartarus, the hardest level at the time, had just received some competition. A new level was just added to the Demonist, and some people were saying,
not gonna lie, I don't even know why he even thought of cheating. He's actually a very talented player. Fragile ego. That's the thing. I mean, I don't even know enough about him as a player yet, but yeah, I can presume based off your comment that, yeah, I mean, I guess the pressure of a continued rising difficulty in skill in the game's player base when you're a competitive person, I'm sure the demons start whispering in your ear. But chat, recognize, like, all of us has the capacity to do evil. Like, as humans, there's innate, like, evil and sort of like stirring hatred that we all possess. Like, we are all capable of wicked deeds and cruelty. It is your responsibility as a person to not let the demons win. You have to rise above them. Yes, I'm sure, like, it's the whole idea of, like, you know, having a thought is one thing, acting upon that thought is a totally different thing. And I do think that, like, to be overly forgiving of people who act upon these negative thoughts kind of does a disservice to all the people who also had the thought but chose not to act upon it, you know? I feel like that's a little, there's a erasure of, like, all the good that people have done that have overcome those thoughts instead of simply succumbing to them.
It's harder than Tartarus. This means that for the first time in roughly 5 months, a level was actively competing with Tartarus for the #1 spot on the demon list. This is a list
Don't let the Geometry Dash demons win, on God.
that archives and ranks the 150 hardest levels that currently have been completed by a player. There was a lot of hype around this level. Just like Tartarus, it seemed to push the boundaries of what was possible at the time. It took the verifier Enswish, who was considered the current best player, 2 entire months.
I don't know
and
any of these names,
52,000
dude.
attempts to beat it. The moment this happened, a ton of top players immediately rushed to give it a try and get progress themselves. These players included Swyborg, Rory, Wolves, Crisis, and Doggy. All players
I know that
that
name!
were about to become household names in the community. However, there was one player that kinda stood out from the rest. Someone almost nobody had heard of at the time.
Damn it, I was pausing to try and highlight the name before him.
Space UK. This guy was a nobody, to put it bluntly. Before this, only some players were actually even aware of his existence.
Yo, this is your Lion April. Space UK. You're base because you like your Lion April, but you're so unbased because you cheated. It's like every human possesses the capacity to be based and unbased.
To begin with. But that's only part of the reason why this completion is kinda special. Apparently, it was his 5th ever demon.
Your Lion GD. Yeah, you get a dap for that one.
I beat the golden.
Oh, you beat it?
Oh, yeah. Holy shit, that was 1 attempt.
100? Did you see that? I'm not going to rewind, but it said 100.17%. That was a bug,
Holy
no?
shit.
You see that? Oh, man, they freaking splurted it all over it. Now you can't see it.
That was like hearing the golden as a top 1 being your like 5th demon or whatever was unheard of.
To the naked eye, he came out of nowhere. Like, we knew he existed and knew he was doing it, but no one really cared until he actually did it.
This was insane. A demon is the hardest difficulty rating a level can
No. It wasn't insane. It was a demon. Ha cha 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 cha. Ha cha 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 cha.
receive, and it is split into 5 subsections, ranging from Easy Demon to Extreme Demon. Up until this point, beating any level that has reached Extreme Demon status would normally be a months-long journey, where you would consistently practice and hone your skills to prepare yourself for an—
Wait, chat, when we're like, because I heard that earlier on in the game, it was just like 1 demon difficulty. When was like easy, medium, hard? When was that introduced? And like insane extreme?
upcoming battle. You would not just do this overnight. Playing an Extreme Demon is one of the toughest things you can do in this game, and even then—
What year was 2.1?
Just being categorized as an Extreme Demon doesn't even mean that it's in the demon list. There's tons of
Early 2017, thanks Ruby.
extreme levels out there now.
Okay, so that's been out for the past like almost a decade.
But we only actively keep track and rank the top 150. Here is why this entire thing was kinda insane. This is Space UK's progression as a player.
Which honestly should have been a red flag, right? Or wait, no, he was probably, sorry, I was jumping to conclusions. He may have already been a very talented player who was progressing very naturally without cheating, but then eventually did cheat. My bad.
He started playing the game roughly in 2019, and then beat his first ever demon, Decode.
I've heard of that one. People have asked me to play that.
A
I have
really
not.
easy demon that is a great introduction to playing harder levels in the game. As his second ever demon, he immediately decided to jump to an insane demon, Windy Landscape.
Okay, yeah, that's a really big jump. That's a little sussy buck among us.
As his third, he decided to go for another insane demon, Leyak.
This part was legit though. Yeah, I know, that's what I was saying before, but this is kind of, I mean, I guess that's not crazy because we already talked about before on the stream that like given enough time, I do think that people can just kind of jump around in this game. Like I do think some GD players put a lot of pressure on like really taking your time, but it's all a question of just like how much time you're willing to put into a level, right? If you're the kind of person who doesn't want to put a lot of time into one level, then yes, a slower progression makes more sense. But if you're the kind of person where you're just like, no, there's an insane demon I really want to play and I want to beat it, and you don't care about how long it takes, why not jump?
That already kind of was amazing. New players should not choose insane demons as their second and third ever. You're supposed to show a gradual increase in difficulty, which in turn helps you practice different skill sets.
I am just so of the fluid opinion of like, do what you want. Like, I know like this is such a divisive topic. I think that there's conventional wisdom, certainly, but then there's also just like, what's your heart telling you? And I'm the kind of person where I'm like, follow your heart, baby. You got to follow your heart, baby. Baby, follow your heart.
That's from having a heavy focus on the wave game mode to being memory based. There's tons of different styles that you should actively practice. So, what did Space do next?
Not always. Okay. Dude, I love when chatters are just cryptic and they don't elaborate. Not always. Like you're some kind of like anime freaking wise old man. Okay, so he's really climbing now, huh? What's Wazaretta? It's a top 300 demon right now? Ah. Wow.
A lot of people give Space credit to be like the original jumper. And with jumping, it basically means going from one level to a much, much significantly harder level. And Space was like the
It was top 50 demon back then. Thank you.
pioneer of that method, going for the number 2 demon at the time as his 5th.
It's really hard to put into perspective how big of a jump this is. This was the moment that first catapulted him into the mainstream community. And little did people know that this was still just the start.
Wow, April 2021? That really wasn't that long ago. I know I just outed myself as Unk by saying that because some people are just like, what, Teej? That was 5 years ago. I was like 2 back then. But you have to understand, for me, 5 years ago, that was like yesterday.
Oh, this level's so shit. This level's so fucking shit.
Not only did he beat the Golden, but 3 months after that, decided to go for Tartarus. And a month after that, for Zodiac. At this point in time, this player
Look at this Zodiac!
that just came out of nowhere had beaten the entire top 5 hardest levels ever. He was slowly cementing himself as the fastest improving player the game had ever seen, and he wouldn't stop.
Nah, but little did he know 5 years later, I would be the freaking fastest improving player the world's ever seen.
Up there. It was level after level after level. He just started destroying the demon list.
It was also just like mind-blowing and impressive to just see someone so nonchalantly like shred the entire demon list. Like, there's no better way to put it. He just shredded everything.
Damn.
It's also crazy that in even 5 years, the demon list has just gotten so much harder. Like, so, like, incomprehensibly harder.
It seemed like he was here to stay. Throughout 2021, he would just be on a tear, gaining more respect and therefore more attention with every completion that he uploaded. It was so insane, in fact, that it would actually lead to his nomination as the best player of 2021, alongside Crisis, Wolves, and Trick. But there's probably one more thing that I forgot to mention.
What? Tell me, Samifying. Slaughterhouse? I know that one. Chapter 3.
It's October the 24th.
Sorry,
Tartarus was roughly 1 month away from having its 2nd anniversary on top of the list. No other level in the history of the game has survived this long on top. The only one that ever came close in any way was Bloodlust with its 1 year and 2 month reign on top. This is an achievement filled with tons of history that would kinda deserve a video on its own. But the reason I'm telling you this is because on this date, Tartarus was denied its 2nd anniversary on the top.
What? Oh no. I understand what's happening. Is this Tartarus? This looks like blood bath. I think I just made some people mad. Sorry.
I can't fucking react, otherwise I'm gonna cough so much.
That's Slaughterhouse?
Oh my god.
Dang, maybe we rip that tomorrow, eh, chat? That doesn't even look that hard.
It was verified by Space UK in what's known as the closed verification race. This is when the original creators of the level choose a specific amount of players to just race for the verification.
Oh, we learned a bit about this in my last video because I didn't realize how verification worked. That's really cool. Wait, chat, because one of the videos we still need to react to is the race to beat Silent Club Step. Was there also a closed verification for that level?
Almost as a sort of, here it is, and good luck. This means that for the case of Slaughterhouse, any of these 13 players could have been the first to beat the level legit.
It was open. Ah, it was like the One Piece. My fortune is yours for the taking, but you have to find it first. You know, type thing where all the pirates are like, we got to find the One Piece. I like One Piece.
In a big race for glory. Whoever survived it first would have their name written down.
Wait, Doggy in the list?
For glory.
That's the only person I know.
Players could have been the first.
Doggy, that is sure.
To beat the level legit in a big race for glory. Whoever survived it first would have their name written down as the player to push the limits of the game to a whole new level. And that is exactly...
Dude, if you put me in a time machine right now and you slotted me into the Slaughterhouse race, I'd lose. Because I'm not good enough at the game yet.
What Space did. Space was such a dominant force in that race that people were already using it as a reason to nominate Space as the best player for that year. Which we now know he won. By a landslide at that. This alone would already be insanely impressive by itself. But Slaughterhouse was special. It wasn't just a level to one-up Tartarus, so it could get...
Wait, Slaughterhouse was special?
It placed a step above. It was a leap in difficulty. To show you just how much it was ahead of its time, to this day, in May 2023, Slaughterhouse...
Oh, this video is freaking almost 3 years old, bro. That's crazy.
It's on the number 4 spot on the demon list. Oh.
What spot Slaughterhouse on now, chat? It's, dude, thank you so much, SCP Slin. Enjoy. Dude, it's like you knew what I was about to ask. Okay, number 24, someone else said number 23, W.
Look who it is. Oh.
So it's still top 25. We'll get around to it tomorrow, chat. I think we hop on to Slaughterhouse tomorrow.
Tartarus sits at number 22. Do you realize how insane that is? The longest surviving level to ever be on top has been pushed down by 21 spots in 1.5 years. As you can see, a lot of stuff has happened in those 2 years, and Space would play a really big part in that. People weren't aware of it back then, but the next 2 years were about to become known as the Slaughterhouse era. The level would remain on top for the next 10 months, which is a testament to how fast players were actually improving. At this point, Space had overtaken the rest of the world and was officially crowned the #1 player purely based on stats alone. That would be a title that he would hold for a really long time, because you see, he was nowhere near his peak yet.
Wow.
Abiatrus, I think.
And this apparently is still, well, we're still in the legit age, right? I don't think he's cheated yet. Or at least I don't know. I don't think he has. Which makes this even more sad if he was literally this good at the game and decided to cheat. L.
Oh, you literally just got 91.
Yes! Oh. Yes, let's fucking go, man. Oh my god, bro. I can't, man. This level's so bad.
Oh, he was already cheating? Oh.
Yes, dude!
Pretty sure he started cheating on the golden? Oh. Well, that's L plus ratio.
Oh my god, yeah.
The golden was accidental, I believe. Oh no, I slipped. Step sibling.
No. This is fucking... Oh my god, bro. Oh my god. Yes!
It was? I'll take y'all's word for it. I don't know anything about it.
Yo, I just beat Kiyuki.
No, you didn't.
I did. I just beat it, wait, what?
Oh, okay.
Oh my god, okay. Okay, cool. Keep going, Brian.
So is that part of why the GD like stream community is kind of obsessed with like including your button taps and all that kind of thing? I guess I feel like someone's mentioned this in chat. Like how do people avoid cheating now? Because I have to think that now the GD community is even on higher alert for like trying to make sure that people aren't cheating.
I beat Akron! I just 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 beat Akron!
I just beat Acheron. 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 Someone sample it and make a beat. Oh, what's cheat indicator?
At this point, he basically had achieved everything a player can achieve in this game. Acheron marked the third time that Space had conquered a new top 1 demon.
If Space UK didn't cheat, it would have remained low security on Pointer Crate and more cheaters could rise. That is true. In a way, Space UK died for the sins of all cheaters.
Over the years. He eventually also went on to not only beat the top 10, not only beat the top 20, but the entire main demonist. Yeah, all 75 levels completed by just one player. I can only imagine how
But what if he didn't cheat? What if actually he made it all up?
many upcoming players were actually looking up to him at this point. He must have been such a big inspiration to so many people. Space himself was doing absolutely amazing. His YouTube channel was popping off. He had garnered the respect of everyone.
Dude, that's messed up. Bro cheated and so he got a bunch of clout and he got more YouTube subscribers. That's how you put it into a way that I can understand. Bro lied and his YouTube sub count went up. Cringe.
Every player in the community, and it seemed like he would go down in the game's history for being the best player to ever touch this game. Until April 2023, where one notable player finally...
Yeah, I know. I heard Zoink surpassed Space while Space was hacking. That is so funny. And that is supreme aura loss on Space's part.
dared to ask the question, "Hey Space, why do your clicks not line up with your gameplay?"
What? No!
I would call this the largest scale hacking scandal we've ever seen in this game.
He was forced to confess. It was not something that he did willingly.
It changed an entire 2 years of Geometry Dash top player history.
I know how much money you made from YouTube. It wasn't a small amount.
Yo, petition to refund all the money he made. Actually, he should donate all the funds. All the money he made on YouTube from his cheating, I think that he has to donate to charity. That's my opinion. Damn, that's crazy. So Space UK cheated? Space UK cheated, bro. He did? Okay, that's based. Reparations, that's based. Does Tej know Space's comeback arc? I've heard of it. I've heard of it. I don't know if there's a video on it as well. But yeah, y'all, that was part 1 of Samifying's Space UK series. Oh my God, part 2 is almost 40 minutes long. Y'all want to watch part 2 tomorrow? I'm hooked, bro. I want to see where it goes. Dude, I love Samifying's videos. Samifying just gives so much background information that I did not have. So W Samifying, as always, be sure to like and subscribe to Samifying. Really love this content creator's videos. Really like them. No today, please. I don't know if we can do today, y'all. Don't y'all want to watch me play 9 circles finally? Don't you? We haven't played 9 circles in days. Please do 9 circles. Yeah. We got to get into 9 circles. Don't worry. Yeah. We got to give the people what they want, and the people have been demanding 9 circles. But W react, right? Don't worry. We go, guys. And for those of you who are newer here, join our Discord. You can go to the React to this Tej channel, and there you can add videos that you want me to react to. Don't worry, I'm going to be reacting to videos at the beginning of every stream. So do not worry. We'll be doing more. But right now we need to play more 9 circles. We got to play more 9 circles because it has been literal days. And I simply won't stand for it any longer. W React, did you guys enjoy it? Y'all have really been enjoying my reacts. So thank you. I'm glad y'all like the reacts. I like making them. Whoo! Oops. Best is 40%, y'all. I want to run a prediction, but I feel like, let's be honest with ourselves, I kind of just need to practice the level. Like, I don't even know, honestly, if we're going to get to runs today. I hope we do. What the hell? Let's run a prediction. Can we get a new best of 83%? Let's get a little jazzy with it. What the heck? 83% is the end of the wave part. Screw it. Run a prediction for if you get a PB at all? I feel like that's too free. Because the thing is, like, if we just run a prediction for whether or not I get a PB, then I'll eventually just get into runs. And I feel like just kind of like sending runs before I've like learned specifically the wave part of the level, I feel like that would be ill-advised. Like, I feel like the best strategy for me to beat this level is to get consistent on the wave part. Basically do what most people do in this game, learn the level backwards, and I still haven't done that yet. I still haven't really done that. I feel like until I do that, I don't really want to send more attempts. I recognize that's probably more entertaining for some people, but if I'm literally doing this in the interest of beating the level as soon as possible, it seems ill-advised. So honestly, chat, the way I'm going to start, it's been a few days since we played 9 circles. I'm going to go to the last start position, try and beat it, this cube section, see if I remember how to do it. And once I do that, we'll get back to the wave section. You know what I'm saying? But don't worry, we're now in the yapping practice section of the stream, and honestly, that's some people's favorite part. So I will start us off by saying, how are y'all doing today? It's nice to play the game again. It feels crazy because I have not played the game since Thursday. We just been on a react grind, bro. So we're just playing in silence? No, but there's a nicer way for you to say that in that you can let me know that the sound's broken because I changed the way the sound is. You are allowed to say, hey, TJ, we can't hear the music right now, and I will trust you. My bad. It's okay. I'm just a person who likes... I like being communicated kindly with. Let me pull up my TikTok chat. Let's see how TikTok chat is today. Are they on their best behavior? Prediction on that chat? Do you think TikTok is nice to me today? Oh, yeah, they're not mean yet. %82% of you are saying that we can't get a new best of 83% today. What's up, DD? And honestly, I think that's fair. Wave to 100 today? That probably would have been a better prediction, right? The TikTok chat's a strange place. It can be. Sometimes it's surprisingly wholesome. But yeah, a lot of my rage baiters come from TikTok. Wait, I'm locked in? Bang! Okay, chat. That muscle memory's still kind of in there. You just gotta dig it out. Start digging in your butt, twin. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and start working on the frickin' wave. Ooh. Bro, my brain feels so much better now that I've taken a break from playing the game. Crazy. That was not the wind? Oh, yeah, I did the thing. I did forget that we're in layout mode. I guess it is going to be a bit of a learning curve to switch from layout mode to the actual mode, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Ding dang, digga digga dong, funny words that I say when I'm dancing. Wait, I might be him. What the heck? This was the hard part that I couldn't even beat. Last Thursday, I don't think I cleared this part once. But y'all said this is the hardest part of the level, no? Is this some Final Fantasy-ass music? What's playing right now? No? Let me look at it's Under a Hollow Moon coffee date. I'm a bit of a hollow moon. Fill me up, Scotty. I'm locking in. Hold on. Damn it. Ship part's the hardest? I disagree. The ship part's not that bad. You mean at the start of the level? Whoa! That was almost, I think, my PB from Thursday. The inverted wave is messed up. Or reverse wave, is that what it's called? The wave isn't hard? Bro is rage baiting. You're not rage baiting me, but I think you're rage baiting people in my chat. I need to start reading people who say dumb stuff. Like, I need to read your chat messages in like the silliest voice, because like I read it deadpan and you don't deserve it. The wave part isn't that hard. You deserve the Patrick voice. Teej, how do you find this wave? Pretty fun to learn, right? I love it. I'm enjoying 9 circles. No, I held on too long. Chat, sometimes you have to let go, even when you feel like you can't. Wave is free, low key. Y'all just love just kind of like spouting out nonsense. Which I guess I'm giving you exactly what you want by reading your messages, but... Hardest part's the first part of the wave for me? Yeah, that part's pretty hard. Once I figure out this reverse wave, I feel like I'm chilling. Dude, this is the hardest part of the level for me. I feel like if I can figure out this part, we're cruising the rest of the level, but I just cannot get this for the life of me. I'm not going to stay stuck on this part for as long as I did last stream. I think I'm going to probably cook on it a few more minutes, and then I want to learn the rest of the wave section. I want to be a little more methodical of a GD player, because I feel like given enough time, I can learn the other parts of the wave, and then we just have to figure out this section versus having to learn those other parts. You feel me? I want to be a little more mathematical with the time and energy I have every stream and using it optimally. Also, we're going to have to take an ad break in a second. I'm sorry. Oh, that part's so hard, bro. It's time for an ad break, chat. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Quick 3-minute ad break. I'm gonna run to the bathroom. Ow. My freaking back sore because I had to shovel snow yesterday. Huh. Ah! I feel stiff like an old man. Ah! Ah! Ugh. Yeah. Ha. Yeah. Damn, ad's still running? That's crazy. In this economy? Yeah, so chat, I think I'm gonna smash my head against the wall on this section. Probably for another few minutes. And then I think there's still, I think I've only learned the first section of the wave, but I think there might be like a middle 1 or 2 start positions on this wave section I haven't looked at yet. So I wanna hop into those. Because if they're easier than this little mini wave section, I think it's worth knocking those out. Teach them to go to the bathroom, actually calculate the timings to cheese 9 circles, become the next Space UK. Huh. Yeah, maybe the next Space UK minus the cheating. You feel me? I would simply never cheat, chat. I still don't get it. I don't get it, man. It's one of those things I think I'll never get. But I'm naive in that way, I guess. I'm just a little naive. I'm robot carried? What are you, the kid in Iron Giant? Did you get that one, chat? Polygonal clearly didn't. I did. Thank you, MC Borger. I always knew that you'd have my back. Teej, what's your favorite game mode? It's Wave. I love Wave. I love waving. Yo, Teej, I'm happy I can catch a stream. I love your YT vids. Thank you, Drumski. I'm glad that you were able to catch one. I hope you enjoy your stay. Teej likes long levels like Lonely Travel and Aeon? No. But I get that you're saying that because it's funny because opposite. My attention span can barely handle 2-minute levels, let alone ones beyond that. I'm definitely a 1 minute XX type player. At most. Honestly, if it's sub 1 minute, all the better. What's up, Comet? How's it going? Evil Teej loves XL levels. Yes, yes. If I was ever, well, not cloned, but if the evil essence of my being was ever extracted from me and turned into an external being, they would like XL levels. But as it stands, I don't. Hope that makes sense. Now we're just naming levels, I guess, that I don't know, and I don't really know how to respond to that. I don't know what Cobwebs is. I don't know what Arcturus is. But I want you to feel included and, like, good. I don't know what those are, though. Ah! Short levels? Oh, okay. You'd love Unknown? I feel like I've heard of Unknown. Isn't it that freaking legendary Pokemon? Sorry, I'm a bit of a wise guy today. Huh. Sub 1 minute? Nice. Hey, Teej, I'm trying to do my computer science homework. How do you save something as a PDF in Notepad? I think that you should Google that. What's up, Vernosis? How's it going? Teej, how do you get start position to work for you? I need help. I think that you should Google that. I'm gonna become an AI chatbot whenever someone asks me for something that they should Google. And I'll answer like an NPC. I think that you should Google that. I'm not doing that to be a dick. It's just like, honestly, any explanation I could give would pale in comparison to our Lord and Savior Google. I think that you should Google that. Oh, I just had to let go. That was actually huge. Man's playing a video game? Huh, yeah, what of it? Yeah, I'm a bit of a gamer. Does that scare any of you here? Does my sheer gaming magnitude intimidate any of you? The absolute depth of a gamer on display? Bro, sometimes people do hop in streams and ask a question like the streamer is Google. No, yeah, I've talked about this before. I do think some, especially like younger members of the audience, I think that they think streamers are basically like AI chatbots. Oh my God, that was a new PB. W reverse wave breakthrough. Yeah. But I don't blame them. I think it's just like, socializing people is very hard these days, and people just don't really understand what talking to another person is. So I don't blame them. I think ultimately they're just trying to connect with me. It's just the only way they really know how to connect with an external resource is by feeding it a prompt like they would an AI. Which, yes, is sad when you think about it, but... Teej, how do I depress myself? You listen to me when I get on a diatribe like that about how people struggle with socializing these days. You're welcome. Bro ate an apple? I actually haven't eaten an apple today, should I? I want to keep the doctor away. But I don't need to eat an apple to keep the doctor away. I can just, Sorry, that was about to get political. No! An apple a day keeps the doctor away, but we like doctors sometimes if they don't charge you $1 million. I wish I could go to a free doctor. Play Grief nerfed? Nah. I remember 9 Circles genuinely fuming my eyes whilst grinding at night. You probably should have taken a break. That sounds painful. Apple? Why Apple when you can use a sledgehammer to keep the doctor away? Well, I don't like to resort to violence, especially with someone who's supposed to be doing stuff that's good for me. You know? We could have free doctors, but that's socialism or something. Oh, is that socialism? Cool. Wait, I didn't put my prediction up in time. I was driving. Oh, good. I'm saying it's good that you prioritized driving and not trying to vote in a streamer's prediction. I think that was a good display of proper priorities. Tej failing far in a level causes you to lift heavier? Huh? Why the layout right now? Just to learn, right? Yes, Gus. It's to simplify the frickin' wave part. Yeah, YT chat takes a minute to boot up. And also, I don't know, it's something with the API, it's weird sometimes. I don't really... It's nothing I can fix. That's just something that's weird sometimes. Are you already playing 9 Circles? I jumped to it and started playing it. Why do you spam at 65? I just kind of do it. I don't really think about it. I just kind of play games the way I want to. What's up, Chance? How's it going? Femboy boyfriend or tomboy girlfriend? Whichever one you want, dude. It's up to you. Tej play Jawbreaker and Fairy Dust after 9 Circles to complete the trilogy. Is that a trilogy? I've never heard of those levels together as a trilogy. Try Future Funk after? I think I'm good on Future Funk, at least until I'm better at the game. Playing XL levels at the same level as the demons that are my hardest is kind of miserable for me, man. Oh, they're 9 Circle themed? That's weird. I thought that they needed to be in the name for it to be 9 Circles themed. Whatever. What happened to mediums? I guess you either haven't been here in a while or... Actually, I recognize your name. You kind of like rage baiting me. Or engagement baiting me. Yeah, I'm actually going to mute you. Wait, that's actually a familiar name in my TikTok chat. I'm pretty sure they got banned on the purple platform. I don't understand why people keep doing that. Stop ban evading. It's cringe. Tej, how do I turn into a nuclear bomb? What? I don't know. That's crazy. Don't spam through those saws and do 3 long clicks. Can you not give me unsolicited advice? I find that really annoying. I'm just kind of playing the game the way I want to play it. I've actually heard about tax evasion. It's probably more consistent, they mean? Yeah, and I mean what I said. Don't give me advice that I don't care about. Yet another stream where I get to explain to people why backseating is stupid. Isn't that fun? Yeah, it was in the M-Dog. Yeah, that's why it's familiar. It was in the M-Dog video. Oh. I jumped a future funk from Deadlocked. That sounds fun. Do you have a job outside of streaming? No, this is all I do. Oh, we have a lot of excited people just recommending me levels that I'm not going to play. Just so you guys know, I'm going to beat 9 circles, then I'm going to play Magma Bound, and then I'm going to play Bloodbath. I don't have any other plans for other levels I'm going to play at this point. Yeah, please censor the J word. We have some other unemployed people in this chat. I'm trying to protect them. I don't want them to get hurt. Magma Bound's so much fun. Yeah, I'm excited. I think it's going to be fun. But first, I got to beat this one. But have you considered that you should play every single level ever immediately? I have considered that. Random chatter incoming on why you shouldn't jump even though it's your choice. Occurrence number 134. Yeah, to all my frequent chatters, isn't it fun to see, like, it really does feel like a lot of people are just kind of chatbots, right? We have like 3 different types of annoying chatters, and then like I'll talk back to them and they'll be like, why are you so rude? And it's because like, bro, because you don't possess free thought. You are the same genre of the same annoying person I've experienced in my chat literally hundreds of times. And you think that you're like this free thinking individual that is like, but I'm my own person. I go into people's chats and I annoy the streamer. But it's me. I'm the only one doing it. I'm not a bot. Nice. No high cortisol today, chat. I just want to tell people who I think they are. First time here? W. Bot number 34 reporting for duty. Hey, at least you wear it on your sleeve. I think, chat, at the end of the day, life is all about owning it. When you don't own it, that's sad. As long as you own it, that's fine. But like, some people are annoying, and then you tell them that they're annoying you and pissing you off, and then they're just like, why did you hurt my feelings? And it's like, bro, I just told you because you were annoying me. If you weren't annoying me, I wouldn't have told you that you were annoying and then subsequently hurt your feelings by telling you exactly what you were. Like, what? Just don't be annoying, and then like people won't tell you that you're annoying. It's actually pretty simple. Life is all about pickles, and that's what I'm trying to say. You might get mad when you play Bloodbath. Yeah, probably. But also, I don't know, life's hard sometimes. It's okay to get angry sometimes. I don't think life is about ignoring your emotions. I think life is about being able to experience all of your emotions in a healthy way. I think usually misery in life comes from trying to actively avoid certain emotions that you have that you don't like. You think a self-aware asshole is better? I think a self-aware asshole is more respectable. I think if we lived in a world where assholes had to exist, I would prefer assholes who knew they were assholes versus assholes who unconsciously were assholes. Because at least when you talk to someone who knows they're an asshole, they'll be like, oh yeah, I'm aware that what I'm doing is asshole-ish. When you try to reason with someone who isn't aware that they're an asshole, they just project every single thing, bro. It's so frustrating. Like, you're just like, oh no, I have a problem with the way that you're behaving. And they're just like, and it's like they aren't able to introspect. And that's what's frustrating to me. I hate reasoning with people who don't listen to reason. Like, that's one of my biggest pet peeves. And I think it's perfectly reasonable. Like, chat, everybody here, you have this power. Like, you don't owe anyone a further explanation when they annoy you other than like, I find your behavior annoying. But some people get so pissed off and they're just like, no, explain it to me, as if they actually want to know. They don't actually want to know why their behavior is annoying so they can correct it. They're just fucking angry and they want you to like do the heavy lifting for them, which I think is pathetic. I think introspection's important. And I think being able to get along with people without being insufferable is also important. That is the problem with people who know they're assholes, Ruby. It's like the people who know they're assholes take pride in being assholes. Like, don't get me wrong. I, across the board, don't like assholes. But I find assholes who don't know they're assholes so much more frustrating. Got to deal with quite a few of those on a daily basis. Because again, chat, it's like, if you're annoying and I ban you because you're annoying to me, that's okay. Like, you can go on living the rest of your life. You don't have to make that a thing of like, how dare this streamer ban me? Like, I think the reason why some people do that is because they're low-key obsessed with me. Like, I think the reason why it hurts you so much to be banned from a streamer's chat is because it cracks your ego, which again, I think is cringe of you. But like, getting banned from a streamer's chat, like, a perfectly other way you can view that is like, oh yeah, I can just go do something else now. But some people can't do that. They view it as like, no! I've been kicked out of my favorite soda pop shop. Damn it! Let me back in, let me back in. It's like, no, if you're fucking annoying, hit the bricks, buddy. No, Epic Battlon. Epic Battlon says, people who are assholes on purpose, I feel, are worse because their behavior can't be corrected. I think that is a fallacy you're assuming. I am arguing that people who are assholes who aren't aware that they're assholes and are incapable of becoming aware that they're assholes, their behavior also can't be corrected. I am saying that if you're an asshole, by and large, 99.99999% of assholes, their behavior can't be corrected. That is why, at least if someone's aware they're an asshole and they take pride in it, at least it's like, okay, they are deliberately trying to not be reasoned with, versus someone who just like will not listen to reason. What's up, Patatevin? I mean, narcissists who go to therapy and want to change can change. I am not disagreeing with that. That's what I'm saying. I believe in the capacity for people to change. But I also believe that if you do not introspect and you don't at least try to put forth effort to be consciously aware of the ways that you can be toxic or your behavior can be bad for you and others, then you probably can't change. If you don't do that, you need to do that in order to have the possibility of changing. That's why I tell people to go to therapy. I think everyone should go to therapy, but the people who deliberately never go to therapy, they will never change. Or at least it'll be a lot less likely that they do. And that's what's frustrating. I'm really frustrated by people who don't care about trying to make themselves better. For the good of themselves, but also for the good of the rest of us. How's 9 Circles going? Just grinding this wave, trying to learn. No, yeah. Most people, the way they interface with the internet, they just want to our algorithms kind of serve us like we want to hear about how bad everything else is, but we don't like it when someone like tells us how bad we are. Everyone would rather live in their little echo chambers telling them about how it's actually the fault of everything else rather than them. That's just kind of the way algorithms feed you information. That's why you need to work to be above that. It's like, okay, maybe everything else and everything else around you is part of the problem. You don't have control over that. What about you? Do you have control over that you can change? But you know, people are cowards and they don't want to face themselves. And that's true, get Shrek'd, but also like there are some people who get labels and then they hide behind their label and they use it as an excuse to not try and become a better person, which I also find frustrating. I don't know. There's a very complicated gradient of assholes that exist throughout the world. I think the best thing people can do to avoid being an asshole is continue to introspect and become consciously aware of their bad habits and try to fix or rectify them. But again, that requires introspection. That doesn't come from avoiding yourself and engaging more with your frickin' algorithm and scrolling. That doesn't come from that. That is an act of avoidance, by the way. Thankfully, all the people I've met with BPD have been pretty normal, chill people. I mean, that's the thing. Like, people can have like all these certain mental health disorders or whatever, but as long as they're getting care for it, they can be fine and well adjusted. Like, if you have a mental health disorder that you need a frickin' medication to be able to function on, that's okay. But you do need to accept the responsibility that you should get medicated. It's annoying that that falls under your responsibility, and I'm not talking about like the fairness of like, yeah, it's unfair anyone has to be born with that. It's like being born with weights on versus people who don't have mental health disorders. They can kind of live life on a relatively easier mode than those people do. But it unfortunately is your responsibility. You need to get your head right. You owe it to yourself, but also the people around you. You gotta get past 75, lock in? Yeah, I'll lock in. Sorry, I'm talking about stuff that I feel like matters to people. It matters to me, at least. Please talk about stuff that matters to people. It matters to me. Yeah. I mean, that's why I do it. I don't know. I feel like people are just like alienated in the world right now and they don't really know what to do. So like as someone who has like gone through my own stuff, I want to be like, hey, I went to therapy and when I needed to be on medication, I was on medication. And now I feel like I'm kind of doing okay. There were many years of my life where I felt like I wasn't doing okay. So I have the perspective of someone who at one point was not doing okay. And now I am someone who is doing okay. So I feel like it would be selfish of me to not be like, hey, you know how I became less of an asshole and stopped like making everything, making my whole life me against the world? Therapy and getting professional help. Thank you, Sky. That being said, I know when you're going through stuff, it's really easy to overcomplicate what you're going through. So I wish everybody the best of luck. Life is hard and confusing. And stuff happens to us that's hard and confusing. It's hard to process. But like, I have faith that any of you can do it. It's just, yes, it's hard, but it's worthwhile to you. Yeah, I mean, Pippi Papa, I think that's a common thing that a lot of people go through. Like, if you have any kind of mental health issues or potential diagnoses, but you are a high-performing, high-functioning person, especially like as a youth in school, it can end up being invisible and flying under the radar, which is unfortunate. But that's why it's important that as any of us age, or especially as we get into adulthood, we need to take responsibility for figuring out any kind of trauma, any kind of thing we've gone through. We need to get a handle on it. It is not your fault that the way your life unfolded, it unfolded the way it did, especially in early phases of your developmental life cycle, but it is your responsibility to figure out a healthy way of maintaining that and being able to build the rest of your life in a nurturing and meaningful way. It's not your fault, but it is your responsibility. Unfortunately, it's just the way the world works. Yo, you want to verify a level? Yeah, maybe someday. But I have a feeling that since you just followed me, you're probably going to drop a level ID of a level you made. Did I assume correctly? When TeejVeen podcast? It's happening right now, man. That's why I like streaming. My stream is kind of like a podcast where chat is a Q&A form of sorts, but also just like kind of bantering. Mr. Streamer being mental health friendly while playing Wave Slop. Life is beautiful. I'm saying, man. TeejVeen guest on Joe Rogan. I'm good, man. I don't think I want to be on the Joe Rogan podcast. I think I'm good on that. Would you ever start a Globe server with your viewers? No. I don't like the idea of... I've talked about this before on stream. I don't like the idea of games with viewers on stream. I think it's toxically parasocial. I think it rewards dangerous behavior. Yeah, Andrew Tate's not going to get a guest spot either. Would Odd Mod get into your podcast? Who's Odd Mod? I've never heard that name before. Yeah, when I was on Globed, I saw many people say toxic things. Yeah, it's like, it's hard to moderate that sort of thing, but I also like, I've talked about this before on stream. In my little bit of a foray of being a content creator, as well as a rising personality in terms of having a bigger audience, I've already had to deal with like strange parasocial viewers who kind of go insane eventually. Like, sorry, to keep it a buck, there are some very, I mean, I think most of you understand this. There's some very emotionally unstable people online, and just deeply mentally unhealthy. And so that's an even bigger deterrent for why like I would ever want to like introduce even deeper parasocial activity to my stream beyond what we already all take part in, which is just simply chatting with each other. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it is a recipe for disaster. And I would simply rather not. I'd simply rather not. I think the boundaries between streamers and content creators and their audience exist there for a reason. And I think a lot of issues arise when those boundaries are disintegrated. As we see with a lot of controversy that comes out about a lot of these sickos who get outed online for doing nefarious stuff. And it all comes from like not respecting those boundaries between them and their audience. And then like getting into like DMs with it. It's disgusting. It's repulsive to me. I honestly think it's a grotesque part of the age we live in. So I'd rather just like, you know, y'all watch me, I entertain you, we talk about stuff sometimes. I think that that's good. If I entertain you, keep watching me. If I stop entertaining you, stop watching me. It's really that simple in my book. And I hope that for most of you, that's enough. And I just want to keep it a buck that is the most that we will ever be, you know? But I am aware that, like, you know, a lot of people are lonely right now. So I get, like, why people are just like, hey, can we play games with the streamer? It's like, I get it, man. It's tough out here. Bum, 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 bum. What's up, hi, question mark? How's it going? Do you not like the 9 Circles music? No, when I'm practicing, I just like listening to this Game Chops playlist because I think it's chill. I think it adds to the vibe of my stream, kind of just being more yaps. I've practiced a bit on start positions with having the music, but honestly, it just kind of makes my stream just kind of turn into slop in my brain. I actually prefer having this. When I'm sending attempts, I like hearing the music, but when I'm just kind of practicing, I like the consistent, coherent vibe, if that makes sense. Yeah, when I actually play the level, I play the actual song. Just a preference thing. I've tried both, and I just vastly prefer this. It also kind of helps cue my brain. I'm like, okay, I'm in practice brain, and now I'm in attempts brain. Shake my head, why don't you like the song restarting every 3 seconds for 5 hours straight? Exactly. And I know some people don't get bothered by that, but my brain does. And so I typically like to build my stream about what I prefer, and then typically hope that the viewers I attract also follow my preference. Because it is kind of, God, like, if I was dying over and over on this part for even an hour, it gets a little grating. It gets just a little grating. This is good lo-fi music. I agree, yeah, shout out Game Chops. Game Chops on YouTube has this video game study lounge. I use this playlist every single stream. I really like it. Highly recommend it if you're a streamer. It's quite nice. They have the occasional miss, but that's subjective. The frickin' Rainbow Connection cover. Well, if they didn't share your interests, they wouldn't be viewers. Yeah. There are a few people who come in and out who are just like, that's one thing that confuses me, like, about chatters, but also commenters on my content who just, like, they have notes for how they want you to change what you're doing. And I would argue and also posit that if you find a piece of content or a content creator that, like, the answer to you being able to enjoy their content is just them fundamentally changing the way they do their content, the content's just not for you. You can click off of it. You can find someone else who makes stuff that you do like. I don't think it's the responsibility of the streamer, the content creator you just happen to stumble upon. I don't think the answer is for them to completely change what they're doing to serve you. I think it's more of like a, hey, you got to keep looking for something that you like. You know? When do you think you'll start going for attempts? No idea. I'm just kind of doing what I feel like. I use up arrow on my keyboard. I like how often you respond to chat, but other streamers don't. Yeah, we've often talked about that in my stream. I mean, I just like chatting. I especially like chatting when the chat isn't being annoying. And I find a big part of the power I'm able to have on a streamer on keeping chat from becoming annoying is by interfacing with the chat messages that I care about responding to. I think that's something that some streamers miss out on. I think they let their chat just kind of become slop. But I think one of the greatest powers we have is by reinforcing the kind of chat messages that we do want. That's the quietest keyboard I've ever heard. I need it. No, I just don't have a clacky keyboard because I forget what it's called, but I don't like noises like that. I know some people like the sounds of a clacky keyboard. To me, it's kind of like nails on a chalkboard, but I have sensitivity to sounds like that. But I do also just have a noise gate, so that's also probably why you never hear anything but my voice. I don't know what keyboard I have. I'm not a gearhead like that. All right, I'm gonna learn this part now. I've kind of been circling the drain on that one part. I haven't been able to get it back. How do I do this? What does IE mean? Google. Guys, we gotta start reinforcing that people can like they can find the answers to their questions online without asking people. We have to support that more. We have to empower others again, please. That is an art that has died, I think, within the last 5 years because of the AI. Please. I think that is a perfectly reasonable expectation to have from others online. Playing on layout mode? Yeah, my chat told me to. It's been helpful. Oh, I kind of feel that. Even before AI, I was noticing it a lot. Yeah, dude, people are just lazy. It frustrates me. When I was a software engineer, do you all know how much I had to, like, look up stuff online that I didn't know? Like, you gotta be able, like, we have the Library of Alexandria or whatever literally at our fingertips. Like, you can use it for so much. It's crazy. Wow, you're a software engineer? Not anymore. I was a software engineer for 4 years, and then I got laid off, and now I stream. But I also just believe in, like, human ability. Like, I think where there's a will, there's a way. Like, just... people can figure stuff out. I think people can... People don't give themselves enough credit. You don't have to watch a YouTube video in order to figure out how to do something. I promise you can figure it out on your own. I'm so sorry about that, man. I'm not. Getting laid off from a shitty job you don't fucking like doing? It's awesome. Some of you don't know this yet. One of the best things that can ever happen to you is being laid off from a job you don't fucking like. You'll learn one day, though. Oh, you disliked your job? No, I didn't dislike my job. I just didn't fuck with it. Some of y'all have a lot more life to live. Here, chat, here's some more philosophical advice. I would argue that the worst kinds of situations or jobs or whatever you find yourself in are not things where you can tell that you do not like them and they're not for you. The worst kinds are the ones that are like, this works. This is fine. I can make do. Careful. That's life. You're going to find yourself in some of those situations where it's not blanket terrible, but it's also not blanket great. You're just kind of meh, and you're just like, I can roll with these punches. Good luck. Hey guys, stop backseating. You're annoying. Well, you gotta work to survive. If I could not work, I wouldn't. You do have to work to survive. All I'm arguing is that you can find something that you want to work at that isn't, like, terrible. I think a lot of us lie to ourselves. We're like, oh man, I have to work, so I guess I'll deal with this job that I hate. It's like, no, you don't necessarily have to do that. It is an easy pattern to fall into, though. Why did you jump to 9 circles? Because I felt like it. Because 10 was too many? W joke. How's it going, Party Bara? I like my job and think there's much worse choices I could have made, but there's no job in existence I would rather do than nothing. Oh, well, that's sad. Because I'm someone who believes that if you have your passion and you can make your passion a job, then that's like, that's for me is like, the second I can just like do this part of the content creation where like I just get to perform and be entertaining and I don't have to worry about editing or maintaining my channels and all that stuff, that is the perfect job for me. Although I do agree, philosophically speaking, that I don't think humans should have to work. I think that if you want to do nothing, you should be allowed to do it. But yeah. What made you choose GD to stream? People watch me do it. If I got twice the viewers playing a different game, I'd probably play that instead. What's up, 2time55? How's it going? Yeah, but not everyone's in a financial state where they can safely follow their passion. For sure. But I do think where there's a will, there's a way. I think there's a way for people to work there. I don't think there's a perfect one-to-one path to figure it out, but I just believe in the indomitable human spirit, and I do think that if you want something, you can figure out how to get there. I have faith in you. I'm good, man. Just grinding. Teej, how many digits of pi do you know? 3.141592665. Can't remember behind that. I knew more at some point. I remember back in school on Pi Day, in our programming class, I forget, I think we got extra credit on a test for how many digits of pi we could memorize. And since I was in theater, I was used to like memorizing lines. So I memorized quite a bit, but I don't remember. Drumski, thanks for subscribing. W, thank you for the financial support, bro. Thank you for the money. W. Yeah. I only know 20 digits. Got to get on that pie grind, bro. Once you master the pie, you can move on to the cake. W sub. We love our subs, y'all. If you got your primes, prime up. Prime up. Why support a big streamer when you could support someone who's still trying to make ends meet? On Pi Day, we just brought food shaped in a circle. That's also based. I help out my favorite philosopher? I appreciate it, dude. I just kind of talk about stuff. Yeah, I learned some for Pi Day, but they didn't do the event. Yeah. I typically just, I use my memory to learn or to memorize stuff as long as I need to memorize it. And then I just, frickin', what's the word? I dump. I memory dump. That's the phrase. It's literally in the phrase. It's surprising how you're somehow not passing the easiest part of 9 circles. 0 out of 10 rage bit. Y'all feel that, chat? Dude, I smelt that rage bait a mile away. No high cortisol today. Sorry. Nice try, though. Pro can smell rage bait through the screen, I'm saying. It's genuinely not rage bait. All right, I'll trust y'all. Can we just take a moment to appreciate how Teej takes a dump on us every stream? What do you mean by that? Hey guys, stop backseating. You're being annoying. If you backseat, I'll ban you. Oops. Uh-oh. Consider this a warning. We're kind of just trying to talk about stuff right now, chat. I don't know if that's unclear to you. Like, we all be having these philosophical discussions, and then we still have chatters who are just like, hey, man, this is how you should play the part. I pray that one day y'all will be able to read a room that you walk into. Good luck. All right, mods, I think we start timing out the backseaters. I'm going to be real. Running some backseat slop. Backseat slop in the chat. It's starting. That face was crazy. Did I make a face? Teej, do you like the easy demons more than mediums? Whoa, that was a crazy pattern. Did I like easy demons more than medium? I don't like that question, honestly. It's not a question of like which one I liked more. It's yeah, I just don't know how to answer that question. I feel like it's politically charged, so I simply abstain. Do you still play Celeste? Nah, not really. My bad? Nah, it's okay. You're allowed to ask a question, and I'm allowed to say, nah, I don't really have an answer for that, you know? That's part of the stream experience. I love this song, man. This makes me feel like a high roller. Are you any good at skeletal shenanigans? I mean, I beat it. Does that make me good at... Does being able to beat a level make you good at it? All right, I'm going to learn this part now. W bits?
Meow.
I agree. Thanks for the 100, SKW Slice. Meow. Yeah, right? We all know you're a woke liberal who likes easy demons. How could you tell? Am I really that obvious? I love meowing. I love having a community that feels safe to meow. How come you're playing a layout version? Is it easier on the eyes or less confusing? It's easier to learn the wave part, my chat told me. What's up, Maxabom? Yeah, it is a little photosensitive on this part too, so I feel like having to play this part over and over again, hours and hours to learn it. On top of it being more readable, it is just also easier on the eyes. So maybe it's both. You see my clips on YT? Nice. Could play with show hitboxes too. I play with show hitboxes on death. Going back to mediums after 9 circles or going for the next 9 hard demons? After 9 circles, I'm going to play Magma Bound as my first insane demon, and then I'm jumping to Bloodbath, my first extreme. That's the current plan. Have you tried Crazy Ween Easy Demon? I have not. Boop. Every time that song leaves, I miss it. Wait, what song is this? I love this song. Dude, this song goes meow. You like that, chat? Tip, maybe play one more insane demon before extreme, just a tip. Yeah, I'm good. Don't worry, folks, it's just a tip. Magmabound isn't even top 10 though. I thought it was the top 10 or the top most liked Insane Demon. Just meow already? I said this is a safe space. Chat can meow as much as it wants. Why do you think there's no merit to comparing games and GD levels? Ah, someone has watched one of my other videos or whatever, and they were trying to ring up an old conversation to try and create drama. Watch my videos. I don't care to talk about it right now. I don't want to rehash conversations I've already had. Did the placements change? I don't know. Magmabound's nearly a hard demon? I feel like that's subjective. Wait, what song is this? Genuinely, what song is this? Mabe Village? What game is this from? It sounds so familiar. Are you going for back on track after Bloodbath? Yeah, got to. I've been meaning to get to back on track for a while. I think I'll be ready for it after Bloodbath. Tej, what's your favorite Pokemon? Ditto. Because it can be anything I want it to be. Honestly, I've been looking for an hour and you're the only Geodash player person live. I find that hard to believe. I don't think I'm the only person who's live. I also think that you've been looking around and you're just like, damn, I wish any other person was live other than this dude right now. I guess I'll just have to deal with this guy. That's kind of funny. No, but my actual favorite Pokemon, aside from the meme answer, is Blaziken. The Pokemon game I played the most when I was a kid was Pokemon Sapphire, and my starter was Torchic. So I have a sentimental connection to Blaziken. Nah, you're a good streamer, honestly. Thank God. I thought I was a bad streamer. I get worried about that sometimes. My favorite Pokemon is Latias. Wait, have you been here before when I said that I had... The Latias movie when I was a kid made me unreasonably emotional. I don't know why. I like had a very deep emotional connection to Latias at a young age watching that movie, and I don't understand why. Tej, I like your chat. A GD chat started swearing at me for not knowing who Shadow was before he started verifying Cockmock Unleashed. I'm glad you like my chat. The whole point of me streaming is making a chat that isn't a bunch of gatekeepy assholes that beat down on others. Like, I'm trying to get a community of like nice, kind-hearted individuals who are like sensitive and care about treating people with empathy and respect. Toxic, I know. Some people online will say I'm an asshole for that, and if that makes me an asshole, I guess it is what it is. I like that boom, boom, pow. How great did it feel when you beat Skeletal Shenanigans? It felt electric, dude. It felt very good. I love beating levels in this game. Damn it! TJ, that's honestly tough, not gonna lie. Yeah, I know. Some are too afraid, but here I am. Wait, have any of y'all watched the One Piece live action? I love that, man. I watched season 2 this weekend. I think it's so good. But I just love One Piece. There's so many chats I've seen that are toxic for quite literally no reason. I think it's just because people online like to be assholes, man. And I just don't like assholes. Never have, never will. People in my life have tried so hard to get me to like assholes, and I can't co-sign it. I think it's annoying. I've just finally grown enough of a backbone to tell people when they're being assholes and have them fuck off and go away. Will you also try to make a rated level in Geometry Dash? Maybe at some point. One Piece's peak? I'm saying! I just joined. Is this normal? What part of it? Any streaming tips? If you don't like grinding at something with no kind of reward for a very long time, don't do it. You have to love the act of really anything in life, but like if you don't enjoy streaming to an audience of no one, you probably shouldn't stream. I'll be honest. I was a theater kid and I love performing and entertaining. And even for me, it was kind of hard streaming to nobody for years, bro. I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of hard. So you really gotta love the entertainment aspect, I think. Katakuri fights base, nice. I actually don't want to talk about streaming because I feel like sometimes people come into my chat and they ask for streaming advice and then they kind of do this kind of low-key version of self-promo, which I think you're doing right now. So actually, I don't want to talk about this anymore. Like, I can tell what people are doing. I think it's a more clever way of self-promo, but I do think it's still self-promo. I actually am going to move on the conversation now and talk about something else. I heard you were speedrunning Mario 64. What's your best time on 16 stars? It was almost sub 20. I got like 2030 or something. Oh yeah, Promised Neverland. Season 1 was good. I never watched Season 2. I heard that it was questionable. Yeah, we literally have a channel in our Discord for self-promo. I prefer if you just did that there. You didn't mean to? I mean, that's fair. I think you just should know how that kind of comes across. I'm sorry. Because I promise you, some people who do that, they are doing it to very carefully skirt past the self-promo rule. I've seen it, honestly, many times before in my chat. And it's like, oh, suddenly the streamer is talking about this person who just started streaming. Oh, wow, look, suddenly they're giving me attention. Isn't that kind of self-promotion? My tree just growing very tall in my backyard, W. How many F-bombs do you think you've dropped in your life? Literally hundreds of thousands. Oh, probably not thousands. Nah, you're good. Can I promote my tree named Oscar? You have a tree named Oscar? How's he doing? Taking care of that tree? That part's hard. Oscar is a good tree name. What are other good tree names, chat? It's gonna be hard to outdo Oscar. Fern. Fern's a good tree name. Some of you are gonna be pissed. Some of you are gonna be angry at me. You're gonna be like, TJ, a tree is not a fern. And to that I'll say, yes, I know. It's more of a vibe thing, not a literal thing. Tree bird, nice. Oh, crap. We need to take a quick ad break, y'all. I named a tree Greg one time. Nice. Oscar the tree actually flew to the Bahamas on holiday recently. That all sounds like nonsense. What? Bum 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 bum. When did you start playing GD? December. When do you stream, Teej? This time, Monday through Friday. So today's Monday. We have 4 more streams this week after today. You think there's anybody named Tree? Yeah, probably. Probably more likely than not. Time flies, low-key. It's been 3 months already. Yep. Yep. What are you reacting to next? Tomorrow we'll react to the second part of the Samifying Space UK video series. We reacted to the first part today. We'll react to the cheater exposed part. So I think it'll be a bit more of like the saucy, spicy part of the video. I just realized I haven't been to stream since you completed I Spy. Why? A lot of people come to these streams and they stop coming to them. Why? Are you all doing it deliberately to hurt me, even though you know my dreams are to become a top streamer? So you stop coming to the streams because you want me to be sad? Nah, you're just busy. I remember someone actually tried to parody Space UK and everyone believed the guy, even though he was called Cosmic Canada. Oh, wow, that is kind of Space UK. I don't know why you put parentheses, but I wasn't going to call you out on it. Please tell me you're joking, Teej. Joking about what? What did I say? I don't remember. Have you seen the guy who beat Bloodbath as his first level? No, I don't really care. Because I've already talked before on stream. I feel like anyone could beat Bloodbath as their first level if they just put their mind to it. Like, I don't think that that's that crazy. I recognize the clickbaitness of that, but I feel like anyone could do that. It's just a question of dedication. Back to playing the game. Dude, this wave part is taking a lot to learn, bro. You should keep that in mind next time someone argues with you about jumping to Bloodbath. No, I agree. Yeah. That's why I'm gonna jump to Bloodbath. I think I can do it. It might be annoying, but I'll figure it out. Oh, wait, did I get to the next start position? Wait, I wasn't paying attention. Was anyone paying attention? I literally wasn't. Was that a W? Chat tips for nerve control. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Don't stop breathing. For nerves, it's more important to breathe than to perform the level correctly. Oops. I think for anything, it's more important to breathe. Oh, that's true too. What's up, chill, bro? How's it going? Damn it! Oh, wait. I've been getting there for a while. I see. I'm a little dumb. I'm a little bit dumb, chat. I like this song too. Dude, this part's so hard for me. It makes me feel dumb. Tej, you should use this as the actual 9 Circles song. That's based. I probably should. Imagine? It's just impossible, man. It's just impossible. I think it's impossible to win the war against backseaters, chat. I think it's impossible. It's actually just impossible. I need to figure out what to do. Like this part makes sense. Bang, bang. It's like right after the first two, I'm like, my brain is just like not able to come. But I'm figuring it out. Don't worry. I'm figuring it out. Don't worry, chat. I'm getting there. But it makes no sense. It's like when I was spamming on Death Moon, bro. We should do something like the silent game, but just nobody backseats. I mean, it's so, like, chat doesn't even need to be silent. They just need to talk about literally anything else other than telling me what to do in the game. It's so easy. Like, you can literally talk about anything. Drink some water? No. You think I do stuff just because someone in chat tells me to do it? I'll destroy you in Minecraft. What's the definition of insanity, chat? Dude, I'm so bad at this fucking part. Oh, that was almost it. Yeah, Max got it. I've already lost my sanity. Hey, hopefully we can find it together. My run red, eyes when turns. Wait, y'all, I've been hearing this thing from different chatters. What's this whole eyes turning red thing? Is this a meme? I don't know about this. Some of y'all be dropping memes and I'm just like, what is going on? Mario! Thank you, Ruby, for finally actually answering. Something about wannabe edgy people pretending their eyes turn red when they're angry and that's scary. Ooh, fear me. Oh, okay, thank you. What if my eyes actually turned red, chat? Would you respect me more? What? Teej, why? What did I do? No! Okay, I'll come back to this part later. Let me try the beginning of the wave again. What if life was just hype moments and aura? Then you'd be in the TeejVeen stream. Right, guys? Right? Right? Right, chat? Right? You're gonna be so good at wave after this? I've been trying to tell y'all that, and you won't listen to me. They never listen. Honestly, like, okay, for my frequent chatters, it's pretty impressive, like, how calm I've been with all the backseating day, right? Like, I feel like the past version of me would have, like, crashed out so much harder, but today I've just been like, hey, you're annoying, stop. Are you guys proud of me? It's pretty based. It's pretty based, chat. I used to get super tilted and my cortisol would rise and I'd go on a 10-minute monologue. While you don't take advice, though, that might help you, I'm just wondering, because I think unsolicited advice is annoying, and also I think people who give unsolicited advice should delete themselves from reality. Or sorry, my reality. As in, like, if you can't handle not giving advice, you should leave. Sorry, I wanted to clarify that. That sounded very... Wow, that sounded severe. Yes, in Minecraft, of course, yes. Exactly. It's more fun to learn how to do something on your own, and I would posit that that's actually part of the fun of the stream experience, is figuring it out for yourself. But honestly, I'm gonna stop explaining this because I think the people who understand why backseating is annoying understand, and the people who don't will just deliberately misunderstand it for the rest of time. And I don't want to explain to you why backseating is, as a streamer, one of the most fucking annoying things you could ever do. As a chatter. Again, Google it. Google it and read about it. I've tried so many times to help people understand, and they're just like, huh. But we're just trying to help. Put like 2 more neurons in your brain into action to try and figure out why that might be annoying to someone. Just 2 more neurons. I know you can do it. Top 3 favorite game modes: Wave, Spider, Ship. Are we feeling triangular today? I try any angle. W pun. Wait, that actually sounds dirty. I didn't mean for that to sound weird. I was literally just making a pun. Yeah, but you're making assumptions about how many neurons some people have. Yeah, that's true. Some people are just morons. This part's hard. I get it, but at the same time, I'd say advice is different than backseating. How? I don't know if you're actually just fucking stupid at this point or if you're genuinely rage baiting me. How is advice? Because I've gotten this from a few different chatters. The cortisol's rising now, chat. The cortisol's rising. How the fuck is general advice different than backseating? You are giving the general advice because you want the fucking streamer to follow it. I will now permaban you. Goodbye. Because I don't know if you're rage baiting or an idiot. Yep. Cord Tejol is going back down.
But I don't get it. How is advice different than unsolicited advice? But I don't get it. How is a square different than a quadrilateral?
You deserve to crash out at that person. Thank you. I'm glad that you see that. I'm so tired of that specific, what's the term? Archetype of chatter that is just like, I don't understand. Why do you think that the color red is the color red? Using the Patrick voice is disrespectful to Patrick? Yeah, that's fair. Who even was that? Nobody important. Yeah, Patrick Star would never backseat. Yeah, but I will say that I feel like you only banned them because you were pissed at that exact moment. I was pissed at that exact moment because of them not being able to let go. Like literally, they were having a conversation asking me to explain to them something that they could literally just Google and figure out for themselves. I'm sorry, dude. Can we think for a second before we type? Like what? Yes, I banned them because they fucking pissed me off. And over, they just like would not listen to where I'm coming from. What are we talking about? I feel like you only banned them because they pissed you off. Exactly! I don't want my chat to just become a bunch of people trying to piss me off. I think that's weird. I think that's a toxic part of being online these days. And some people in my chat who are well-meaning are naive. They're naive. They're just like, oh, well, you should explain this to these people. You guys are you're too naive. You think that you think that these people actually want to understand, and more than half of them aren't deliberately rage baiting me because they think it's funny when
TJ's yelling.
TJ's yelling again. That's why most of them do it, bro. They don't want to understand. They are just trying to get a rise out of me. You guys got to stop giving these people the benefit of the doubt. You got to stop. Yeah, exactly. They won't listen. I think they're legit stupid. Some of them are, yeah. Some of them are just legit stupid, but I do think a good portion of them are also just rage baiting, which is also sad. Both versions are sad, but what can you freaking do? All right, I'm gonna stop reasoning with chatters. Here's another fucking annoying thing, y'all. When people get banned, let's stop trying to freaking figure out the thought process of why they're banned. Let's just move on with our lives. That's also fucking annoying, by the way. It feels sometimes like someone gets banned from this chat and then people are just like, let's sit and talk about the pros and cons of why we ban some chatters and why we don't the others. It's so annoying. God, dude. I know it's because some of these people are like younger and kids and they're just like, why that? It's so stupid. Like, shut the fuck up. I do need to stop reasoning with every chatter. I do need to just reason with the good chatters. I need to stop. I need to stop. Some people are cooked. I like, dude. It feels like sometimes stuff on stream happens and I have to pull every single person to the side. Like I'm their guardian at school. I'm just like, well, hey, so when this happens, this is because of that and that's because of this. Does that make sense? And it's like, dude. This potato's cooked. I'd rather have fries, on God. Okay, we need to change the subject. Yeah, and that's on chat. Chat, you need to get control of yourself. Part of chat's responsibility is beating the shit out of people who are annoying. I'm not saying that bullying is acceptable, but when people in chat are annoying, you are allowed to tell them that they're being annoying. Because when people are annoying in chat and then all my non-annoying chatters stop talking, chat just becomes annoying and then I have to deal with it. Is that fair? I'm not saying that it's fair that you have to deal with it, but I want you to feel empowered to be like, hey, you're being a jackass right now, chatter. I could buy myself flowers. Why don't we talk about Cybertrucks? I think they look weird. Yeah, then everyone's annoying. It goes downhill. I mean, it's fair. There's no right way to go about it. Favorite midnight snack? More sleep. If I wake up hungry, I typically drink some water and fall back asleep. Water's my favorite snack. I have heard that for some people, like have you heard this? You're not always hungry, you're just dehydrated. So it actually isn't a bad move sometimes to drink water. Speaking of, and I came up with this idea by myself. Oh, that speed change is messed up. That's what's killing me there. If you're hungry at night, you're either not eating enough at dinner, eating too early, or you're just freaking high. Gonna be high as a kite by then. You invented drinking water? Wait, who? Me or someone in chat? Yeah, speed change is pretty awkward. Oh! Sorry, I meant I came up with the idea to drink water. I just wanted to make sure that chat knew I wasn't drinking water because someone in chat told me to drink water. But yes, I also invented drinking water. I hope y'all appreciate my work. Who will invent drinking lava? Some kind of visionary one of these days. Teej's real name is John Drinking Water? Let's take it easy. Using people's real names on the internet's dangerous. If you combine them, you get drinking obsidian. And that's just not that's not just in Minecraft. That's in life. As someone who drinks water, thank you for inventing drinking water. I'm glad somebody appreciates it, man. I feel like so much of my work is just thankless work. Like, I'm doing it for the people at the end of the day. I'm not just doing it for me. I think it's important. Hi, Mr. John D. Water. Top of the morning to you. How about drinking cobblestone? I mean, logistically, that just wouldn't work. Unless you were like, I guess a robot or something. Something made of steel that could crunch it down. But I can't do that. When I eat cobblestone, it just hurts my teeth. It's like when you eat something cold sometimes, like a popsicle or ice cream, and it like hurts the back of your freaking teeth. It's like that. But with rocks. As someone who drinks drinking lava, it doesn't taste very good. Yeah, but I don't think you're tasting the lava. I think it's just like burning and corroding your mouth and your throat. I don't think you're actually tasting it. I think it's just hurting you. Tej, what are your best runs on this level? I haven't gotten past 40. I still have to learn this freaking wave. And honestly, with the way we've been going, it's going well. Ah! Wouldn't lava just kind of taste like rocks if you could taste it? Yeah, I think so. Because lava is just like molten rocks, right? It probably would taste pretty rocky. And I ain't talking Balboa. I'm talking terrain. We thought planes were impossible like 12 days before the Wright brothers took their first flight. Yeah, and now people are saying like, TJ, you couldn't even beat Bloodbath if you were in a bloodbath. And I'm like, that doesn't even make sense. Think about what you say before you say it. It doesn't make sense. Like a rock smoothie? Yeah. But smoothies are typically cold. It would be like a hot rock smoothie. And it probably wouldn't be a smoothie. It would be more like a chunky. You know what I'm saying? So it'd be a hot rock chunky. Can you beat Tartarus and Tartarus? Just you wait till Thursday's stream. You'll be surprised. Damn it! What's up, Tebow on the purple platform? Didn't I just ban you on YouTube? So now you're ban evading by going to the purple platform? That's kind of cool, right? That's a cool thing that you just did. I'm sorry, bro. Yeah, that's not good enough. Put in an unban request. You're ban evading, which is another bad thing to do. Don't do that. Literally everybody does that. That's cringe, y'all. When you get banned from my stream on one platform and then you go onto your other account on another platform and you try to get unbanned, that's cringe. Don't do that. Can you beat Thinking Space 2 in a Thinking Space? Probably. If your power is lava, what are you without it? Did Socrates actually say that? Can you beat Bloodbath in a Bloodbath? I literally was just saying that 5 minutes ago. I don't think that makes sense. Do y'all ever take baths? I feel like the meta is showers these days, no? I wonder when showers were developed. I actually never... Because I feel like the old-timey image of like the early 1900s, like you have a family and they'd all use the same bath water. Does anyone know what year showers were like popularized? I actually have never really looked into that. Because yeah, we live in a shower world now. If you're realistically in a bloodbath, why are you playing Geometry Dash? Just the reason why any of us play Geometry Dash, to feel something. I felt the speed change up at that time. 1987? I think you just made that. 1767? Why are we just throwing out made-up years? Those years haven't even existed yet. 1985. Don't drop level IDs and don't spam them. You are banned. Goodbye. Goodbye. Welcome to the Shadow Realm, chatter. Good luck with the unban request. Wait, don't GD players hate showers? I take a shower every day. I know some people don't. I take a shower every day. I think it makes me feel good. Lava baths are the meta. I do suppose that if you just melted all your skin off with lava, then that would be one form of cleaning. Yeah, I could see that being a cleaning agent. Yeah, I know, Get Shrek Gaming. People are diabolical. I will never play a random level ID that someone dropped in chat. Some of y'all are, evil. I think 1767 does exist, you know? I don't think you can prove it. Showers basically fuel your energy. I mean, I just like, I'll be honest. When I was younger, I showered at night, and then like for a while I would shower in the morning, and now I think I'm back to being a night showerer. I like being clean before bed. It feels better for me. I've talked about this before on stream. One time when I was doing, I had an acting gig in Iowa. And one of my roommates, he showered like 3 times a day. He would shower in the morning, and then he would shower after rehearsal, and then he would shower just before bed. That's a lot of showers, chat. That's a lot of showers. But yeah, to what TJR100 said, showers feel good. And that's what he said. He just like, he liked the feeling of the shower. How about shower before dinner? I mean, if you want to be squeaky clean before dinner, makes sense to me. People just go to any Geometry Dash stream and ask you to play their level. Yeah, I know, it's an annoying thing that people do. It's an annoying people thing. What's up, Sans? How's it going? Night showers are peak. It makes me feel right, man. Like, you can't convince, like, dude, being squeaky clean from a shower and having freshly clean sheets. There are a few greater joys in this life, bro. There are a few greater joys. If you've never done it before, I highly recommend it. It'll change your life. You feel so clean. How's the grind going? Not too hot, not too cold, just right. Do you like playing poker? Yeah, from time to time. I think poker is a cool game. Or, sorry, I'm supposed to be a funny streamer. Poker, I hardly know her. Sorry. I was too earnest. I take showers in the morning because I wake up groggy and need to wake myself up better. Yeah, that's how I was at one point in my life as well. But honestly, I'm the opposite now. Now, like, when I wake up and I'm groggy in the morning, the last thing I want to do is have to worry about freaking showering. I'm like so lazy. That's another reason why I'm on the night shower meta. I'm like, I just don't want to have to do it in the morning. I have so much other stuff I have to do. Like, I got to fix a cup of coffee. That's about it. I'm lazy. Guess what the first 100 digits of pi are? I can't do that. The digits of pi, by definition, you can't guess. It's a... It's a set thing, you know? I mean, I guess I could guess. I would simply fail, though. Mama! Chat, current predictions for where we're at. When do you think I'm going to beat 9 circles? I'm not going to lie, the progress on the wave has been brutal. I think we're close to having... Well, I feel like we've learned probably like 80% of it at this point. But it's tough, man. I don't know. The 21st of June? In 4 days? In a week? It's been 1 week since you looked at me. That's fair. What are your best runs as of now? It is on the screen underneath my current level. I forgot that it was on the screen. But I also haven't done runs in a few days. I guess I could send a run before the end of stream, but I just, it feels like a waste of time when I have so much wave to learn. That is true. I could beat it at any time. I do think that showering helps with productivity. I'll agree with that. Like, you do feel like more of a person after you've like showered. It kind of feels like you're putting yourself together. I do think that's fair. Tej is the fastest progressor of all time. I don't think that's necessarily true. I do think I'm pretty progressive, though. Reverse wave, bro. Oh, but I don't have to click there. Okay, we made it to the next start position, chat. That's not bad. Dude, this is gonna be so brutal in runs. What the heck? And I haven't even gone out of the layout mode yet, bro. Oh my god. This game's getting kind of hard. Maybe I just give up and play Animal Crossing. I'm kidding, chat. Calm down. Except if some of you would like that. I don't know why, but I like Upside Down Wave better. It's definitely got a different feel to it. Dagnabbit. No! I think I've learned all the wave parts now, though. I haven't gotten them consistent, but I think I've seen everything that they've needed to show me. This shit is hard, though, chat. Fuck. Also, whoever says that skeletal shenanigans is not a jump, or like 9 circles is not a jump from skeletal shenanigans, I think that you have brain worms. This is for sure a way harder level, bro. Like, for sure, for sure. With Upside Down Wave, it feels like you're adding weight to something that floats. I'd agree with that. It does feel, yeah, I get why, yeah, that feels kind of satisfying. Yeah. Instead of fighting against gravity. Dagnabbit. Would you recommend I do 9 circles after I beat Skeletal? I would recommend you do whatever the hell you want to do. Can I be so honest? I would recommend anyone in this chat does what sparks joy. Nothing more, nothing less. Ow, my freaking back hurts from carrying, poop. Sorry. No! Oh, I was off by a pixel. What you say? Playing the golden does not spark joy? Then don't play it. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do, but you should do the stuff that you like. You can't rest on the ceiling on the upside down wave. The level kills you. Wait, is this start position bad? Is this start position trolling me? Oh, nice. Now to figure out this really crappy part that I can't figure out. Boop, boop. They try to tell you this since like half an hour ago. Yeah, but do you understand when I have a bunch of backseating bullshit in my chat mixed with like people who are trying to actually help me out? Do you understand how that all blends together in my brain? Do you understand even more why like blanket backseating is like a fucking poison in this chat now? Because then when people are actually giving stuff that is like pertinent and helpful, it just gets lost in the sauce. Wait, should I play a different start position then, chat? Is there a better one? Make your own? That's too much effort. I don't want to do that. I think this is fine, but some people are saying that it's not. I don't know who to believe. I'd recommend making your own, but I don't know how to do that. Is it hard? Or is it like complicated? Because I also just don't know where to put the start positions. I don't know the level like that. I feel like that would just be confusing. No, I'm not asking if I should change a start position. I'm saying, is there a start position that exists that I can switch to? God, you're fucking misunderstanding me. You piss me off. Obviously, I want to switch start positions. I don't know if there's one that's better. That's what I'm asking. People do not understand, bro. What's the trouble spot? There's no... apparently the start position is bad. I need a start position that's good. But also chat can't agree on it. There are people in chat that are like, this start position's fine, and then the other half are like, this start position's bad. And it's giving me fucking schizophrenia. As someone who has 4 extremes, the start position is fine and chat is too picky. Okay, thank you. We'll figure it out, chat. If there's a bit of a learning curve once we switch to the actual start position, it is what it is. But I feel like we can get like 99.9% of the way there with the start position. Wait! Oh, I got a good solve here. I was overthinking it because there are 2 saw blades, but I can just go bop, bop, and just clear it. Yeah. Wow, I was overcomplicating the shit out of that. Oh my God. That must have been so frustrating for y'all to watch. I'm sorry. After that second chainsaw go down, I'm permabanning you. No more backseating today, guys. The second I see a backseating message, I've been too nice today. You're permabanned. Good luck with the unban request. I'm actually just striking you down with great judgment and furious anger. We're used to it, so most of us don't care. Do you mean like you're used to start positions just kind of being slightly off? I feel like that can't be that bad, right? There we go. Now you're probably just doing a frame perfect, but hell, do it feels good, Tej? I mean, this feels good. It feels fun. And that's the main thing I say on stream. Like, I recognize that there are, like, let's be honest with ourselves, chat. I know that most of you watched a clear of 9 circles. You watched a video and you were like, oh, that's what they're doing. Monkey see, monkey do. I'm going to do that. I don't watch clears of these fucking levels. I just figure out how to beat them myself. I get it. If you want to find like optimal, easier strats, that's cool. I kind of just want to figure out the level and beat it. As I get into harder levels, I might do that less, but feels good to me. I just practice base. Ooh, that was optional. Oops. What's your best from 0? If your click pattern's messed up because of a bad start position, I feel like it would just create an annoying habit. No, I think you're right. I don't think anyone in chat's really wrong. It's just like a matter of preference and opinion. I just don't really want to try and figure out how to make my own start position in the name of fixing one part of the level that's kind of broken. I'll just cross that bridge when I come to it, you know? Seeing bad advice be said in this chat's annoying as fuck. Yeah, now imagine being the streamer and trying to discern what's bad advice and what's good advice. All right, chat, can we all just take a chill pill? Because some of you are exhibiting some controlling behavior. This is also why I don't like backseating. It's because people get really overbearing and they're like, please play the level. Please, I'm seeing some like parasocial, like people are concerned about how the level's being played. Breathe for a second. We're mostly here in this stream for the vibe. It's gonna be okay. It's time to calm down. It's gonna be okay. I promise. Can we talk about Cybertrucks now? We tried, but dude, chat did not bite. I said Cybertrucks I feel like are shaped weird and no one in chat yes-anded it. Fine, I'm overreacting. I'm glad you see that. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I see where everybody's coming from. Everyone's making great points. I would submit that we're going to be okay. We're going to be okay. Yes, I connected it. Damn it. Okay, let me work on this part again, because this part is genuinely the hardest part of the level for me. We're kind of getting there, chat. I haven't connected all the wave sections yet, but now we're able to hop between wave sections and practice them in isolation. That's better than where we once were, no? Ow, my back, bro. My back's sore from carrying streaming as an art form. No! It actually just hurts from shoveling snow. Ow. Ouchie. Cybertruck looks like they were designed by someone new to designing. Could be. I don't know. Typically when it comes with design stuff, I'm just like, it's not for me. But maybe it's for somebody, you know? How are y'all feeling, chat? I feel like this has been a W stream now. We've had our ups, we've had our downs, kind of like this wave part. But the only constant has been, it's kind of fun to hang out here together, isn't it? It's high-key fun. No! Teej secretly designed the Empire... Sorry, I misread that. Teej secretly designed the Empire State Building. Yes, when I designed the Empire State Building, I was secreting quite a bit. Nasty habit of mine. Elon Musketeer threw a rock into the Cybertruck and broke the window. Is that true, chat? Type 1 if true. Type 2 if true. Type 3 if B. Type 4 if no more. Teej the ultimate secretor? I try not to, but I was born this way. Seeing some 1s and 3s. 7 and 9 were not a choice, but that's fair enough. We have fun here, don't we, chat? We have quite a bit of esoteric and abstract and irreverent fun, don't we? TeejVeen, our ultimate supreme leader. Now, I've said this before. I do not want you all going insane and making me a cult of personality, all right? Stop that. We are not a cult here. We are simply a TV show that y'all get to watch together and that I talk to. Do not call me your ultimate supreme leader. Let's nip that in the bud right now. I'm just a guy and you're just a girl. Could I make it any more obvious? He was a skater boy. She said, see you later, boy. Could I make it any more obvious? Now he's a superstar slamming on his guitar. Does your pretty face see what he's worth? No! That 74% makes me freaking angry. I'm inconsolable. Long story, but basically the engineers making the Cybertruck model didn't have enough time to put in the bulletproof glass for the convention, but the Tesla people didn't care, and then Elon one just showed up, but alas, it broke. Damn. Well, I'm sure it'll be fine. Sorry, by it, I mean Tesla. And by Tesla, I mean like how much that company's worth. I'm sure they'll be fine. Because at the end of the day, we are talking about it. And that's what they rely on. So long as we are talking about it, they're winning. Game Chops, why are you in my brain right now? Whoa. Bye, Game Chops. Hi, Game Chops. Welcome back. No! How unk are you? I'm so unk that when I sleep sometimes, I wake up and my back's sore. I'm so unk that people in my chat type a reference to stuff and I'm like, what are you talking about? Is this something you made up? I'm so unk, I don't remember when I slept in a bunk bed. I'm so unk, I don't remember how it is I can dunk a basketball bed. I'm so unk, I don't know how to take a chunk of cheese and pull it out. Bed. I'm so unk, when I ride an elephant, the trunk falls off its head. Bed. And the piano resolves the chord. So you know the bit's over. So you're 26? Yeah, about. How the hell do you spell syllables? S-Y-L-L-A-B-L-E-S. Syllables. I mean, Google it. But only if you're still able. Dude, it's like, come on. I have such a sharp wit. Yeah, I got you. No worries. Y'all think I'm like thinking about this stuff. I don't even think about it. It just kind of comes out of my mouth. You already know Tej won his 5th grade spelling bee? I actually didn't. You know what word I lost to? Pavilion. And that word is fucked up, bro. Pavilion is a fucked up word. I tried to spell it with 2 L's, man. Or wait. To this day, I don't like pavilion's a blind spot to me. Yeah, I tried to spell it with 2 L's. It's 1 L. Well, we got some strong opinions on coriander in chat. Oh my god. Holy shit, all caps. Do you play any other games than GD? I play games with my chat's mind. Play mind games. Did you get to the ending cube part from here? I've learned the ending cube. This mini wave is the hardest part of the level for me. Ah! Sorry, I was just clearing my throat. But I have learned the rest of the other wave sections. At this point, it's all just a question of putting it all together, which is going to be a task. As a matter of fact, chat, I'll be honest. Tomorrow's prediction, and I think some of you are going to agree, we should probably just make the prediction to see if I can get a run from the start of the wave to the end of the level. Thoughts? Rather than an actual run attempt best. Because this is the first level I played where I genuinely don't think it makes sense to do run attempts until I can get, like, a partial rundown. You know what I'm saying? Mom! Tej, did you watch Breaking Bad? Yeah. It's a good show. I actually prefer Better Call Saul. Not just to be a contrarian, I just really love Better Call Saul. I think that show's awesome. Yeah, exactly, Sans. I want to get a run of doing like the entire wave. Because I've never done that, and I feel like if I can get the entire wave down, that's just like, that's huge progress-wise for us actually being able to send attempts and beat the level, you know? But at least we're at the point now where we can kind of jump between start positions, right? That's a little more engaging for your brains. Whoa, Game Chop's dying. Stop! You're jumping too early, TJ. Dude, I'm gonna... Stop! No! The speed change into the cube feels so weird, bro. There we go. Oh, no. Okay, let me do the cube really quick. Stop it, mozzarella! Bang. Mozzarella? Yeah, sorry, I don't know. It just kind of came out. Stop you. Stop! W advertising? Yeah, sorry. Be sure to buy your local mozzarella. Dude, I'm gonna come on, bro. What are we, dong? Teej is gonna what? I was just trying to make up a word. I know what it sounded like. I know what it sounded like, chat. I was trying to make up a word. I realized after I said it, I didn't make up that word. That's my fault. I thought that it was a made-up word. It's not. No, why'd I jump? Very kid-friendly indeed. Hey, shut up. That's a weird thing to say. That is a weird thing that you just said. Teej is gullible? Yeah, a little bit. No! Dag nabbit. Okay, quick 1 minute ad break. Quick 1 minute ad break. Because I'm not done yet. Ow! My back hurts. It really hurts. I'm kind of tired, chat. Would y'all be mad at me if I said that I'm tired? I still want to do a little bit more. I think we've had some good progress today, but I am getting kind of sleepy. Yeah, it's already been 3 hours. Isn't that crazy? And my back hurts. That can't be understated. My back really hurts. Kind of want to lie down. I want to get a few more practice attempts in, but yeah. All right, let's keep this gravy train rolling. We're gonna ride the gravy train. I say stop. I say never stop. Don't stop till you get it up. Come on, give me one last shot. Don't stop till you get... Ah! Yeah, what's up, crying? I'm dad. This part feels pretty groovy, bro. Give that to me openly. Nice. Okay. This is the hardest part. Honestly, I would argue that I should practice the other parts and then maybe end on this one. Yeah, let me see how this one feels one more time. It's funny how this part is just literally 3% of the level. Shala. Shala, 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 hala. Oh, so close. Shala. 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 Shala, shala. Shala, shala. Shala, shala. What happened? I had this part. No. This can't be real. This can't be happening.
A ghost, you say, a ghost maybe. She was just like a ghost to me. 1 minute there, then she was gone.
I guess I could kind of spam at the end too. Like after I clear the final saw, I could just spam it to make sure that I go in the wave. Stop you. Stop. Give me what I want. And only what I'll take. Yes! Okay, but getting into the part after that is kind of cringe. Holy guacamole, Batman. I've never seen someone overcomplicate a dual section this much ever. You should die then, probably, in Minecraft. Because I feel like in Purgatory, you might see more people overcomplicate it. I actually am going to go insane. For the first time, I'm going to watch someone play 9 circles because I can't take people in chat backseating on me on this part anymore. And I do hope that you all fall into a pit of boiling hot lava and fire. I do hope you do so. But like literally, I don't think I'm going to be able to handle playing this level if every time I play that part, people in chat are just like, So I'm going to watch the wave part really quick. Actually, I'm just going to watch someone play 9 circles. Like, this is what you've all done to me. I hate you genuinely so much. Dude, this is going to be so much harder with the deco. Yep, geez, I wonder where they got the long click ideas on this part. Every single chatter who thinks that they have an individual idea.
Why are you spamming on the saw blades part? Just do 3 long clicks. I'm incapable of thought. I just watched the freaking video where they do the 3 long clicks and that's why I do it.
Did I already miss the part? I can't even tell what part we're at with the deco. Wait, what part was I looking for? Oh, the double wave part, right? Wait, no. It's further back. This part. This part. You guys are like, start to do it, click twice. Is this what everyone has been backseating me on this part about? This is what you've been talking about? You've been talking about this part go here and then double click like this so that you're mapping it like this. To be fair, when you're not in layout mode, it's easier to see the shape that the level is trying to make you do. I still stand by the fact that chat's annoying, though. You guys are so annoying. Backseaters should get strapped to a backseat of the car, and that car should get set on fire. Yeah, that's basically what I'm trying to say. You guys are annoying. And insufferable, and honestly, I understand why people in real life don't want to hang out with you. If you stop backseating, I think that more people would want to hang out with you. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. Just trying to help you out. Bro got a little offended. No, I'm not offended. I think that you're annoying. Oh, you're a JK. My bad. I just can't take it anymore, man. I can't take people being like... The same thing happened on Death Moon. People just couldn't handle me playing the wave part differently, so eventually I just like... I changed the way I was playing because I couldn't fucking take how annoying people were. I couldn't take it. I couldn't take it anymore. What is Bros Tech? I'm actually banning you. You're a fucking moron. Load up a Minecraft world and just jump off a bridge, please. Thank you. Would appreciate that. Some of you are genuinely so insufferable. You have to unplug your computer and just like figure out how to be a person. Then you can come back online. But figure out how to be a person first. Thanks. Thanks, GMD Sky on TikTok. Got my back. Teej, I don't want to be mean, but why don't you spam it? Yeah, I'm just going to ban everybody now. We're going to have a bit of a banning spree today, y'all. Keep on fucking around and find out. Honestly, just keep on fucking around and find out. You can rage bait as a joke, and then I'm going to ban you because I don't even think rage bait as a joke is funny. But try it. I'm so fucking scared. Good. Ban part of the stream. Let's go. Like, they just keep thinking that they'll get away with it, and I've been letting them get away with it, but it's like, yeah, try rage baiting. W ban segment. Ooh. Kind of good though, chat. Oh my god, that was close. We almost connected it to the mini wave. Dude, I don't know why people like it's genuinely people don't understand that I'm a person. Like, people aren't able to extend the same amount of empathy of, like, I've said this before on stream, if someone walked into your room while you were playing a video game and you were just trying to focus on the video game and someone just went in your ear and was just like, hey, jump there. Hey, you should jump there. You would hate that. And these same people who do that are not able to fucking like think outside of their brain for 1 fucking minute to be like, no, when I want advice, I take the advice. And it's like, no, you're a fucking moron. And also you're a psychopath who doesn't understand how other people feel when they're put in a situation that you yourself have been in through and been annoyed at. Why is stream blurry? You might be lagging a bit. You're lucky you're not streaming Elden Ring / Soul games. You would go bald in one stream. Oh, dude. I've played the Souls games and I know people are so pedantic about builds and that kind of thing. That does not surprise me, bro.
They're probably like, bro, if you're building pyromancy, what are you doing? You're not supposed to do that.
Have you considered loading up a Minecraft world and hopping onto your boat and floating into lava? You just had to refresh Twitch? Nice. That was a great run, bro. This is the part, chat. This is the part for sure. We figured this part out, bro. The rest of the level, free real estate. In Souls games, you just simply can't win. There'll always be someone hating on your build. Bro, that's what I'm saying. But like, people in chat before, they've been like, bro, how do you even backseat Geometry Dash? There's literally one input. And yet, people find a way. Annoying people find a way. Like, some people are just like, bro, you're not, like, dude, you got to see my click pattern, bro. You don't have the click pattern I have, bro. Bro, I got the click pattern on this part. Load up a Minecraft world, switch it off of creative mode, and literally go pick a fight with 10 skeletons, no shield. Do us all a favor. No, I was early. I love this song. Y'all mess with this song? I feel like it's groovy. Can I be so real, chat? Whoa, I accidentally messed up my mouse speed. I think we're already at the point where we're going to have diminishing returns if we don't practice non-layout mode. Would y'all agree? Like, I feel like we've learned the parts now. It's gonna be too annoying if we don't, like... We gotta start kind of seeing what the level actually looks like, you feel me? The longer we develop the muscle memory without this, the worse of bad habits we're going to develop, so. Also, this has the added benefit of this level looks way more cooler to play now. Sorry, I just want to get the cube down really fast because I've never played it non-layout. How many circles are in 9 circles? It's still a mystery. No. Wait, is that a fake part? I might be playing myself there. Oh, wow. It's like the muscle memory's kind of there, but it doth protest too much. What is Obama's last name? I don't think that's public information. It's a jump there, right, chat? I think my jump's just too late there. I skipped the orb. Oh, it is a fake? Okay. That's what I couldn't remember if it was a fake or not. It's like this part right here. Okay, so I should just go through that block. Thank you, chat. See, chat, isn't it fun? I ask questions, then you answer them when I ask them. God, I love y'all. Some people can't delineate. They're like, let me give him advice that he didn't ask for. Versus the people who ask the questions when I ask them, or answer the questions, y'all MVP. That's awesome. You just have to wait until I ask. Oh, yeah, because I see the hitboxes on death. Yeah, that is a fake. Okay, thank you, chat. Yeah, see, if even this cube section has a learning curve when I turn off, or when I turn the deco back on, we definitely got to go through the wave again, bro. Early press. This song's a heater too. Hitboxes on death is a great mod. I love it. Yes, it is a fake. Thank you, chat. Bang. Oh, no. Oh, coin route. Swag. Oh, my God. Playing this on not layout mode is a wholly different beast, bro. Yeah, this is truly where this game just becomes all feel. Layout mode low-key fucked me up, bro. I was using parts of the level I thought I was going to be able to see as cues. I'm fucked up right now, bro. There we go. I found new spots. Don't worry. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Dude, this freaking... Oh, it's so hard to see, dude. You know what's so funny, chat? You know what's so funny? On that saw blade part, it feels more intuitive when you play with the deco to do those long clicks. Whereas when you play the layout mode, it feels so much more intuitive to spam. It's so fun. I just did those 3 long clicks naturally. That's so funny. You see what I mean? It's so weird. Hoppa! Also, do y'all like the... Wait, get ready, chat. Do y'all like the face that it makes here? The eyes with the scribbly face? This is my favorite part. And that part's so fun. Brr. Isn't it amazing? Bro, this is so much more fun with the deco. We graduated, chat. Yeah, this duel should be easier now. Oh, yeah, dude. Oh, dude. It's like a runway. It's like a runway when you can see. It's still going to take some muscle memory, but yeah. It is kind of a lot, though. Okay. Sorry, I just want to go over the parts that I've played because I want to see what they look like with the deco, because we can start zhuzhing and developing that muscle memory, you feel me? Because I think if by next stream we're playing the level with deco, I think we're going to be in a better place in terms of clearing the level this week, you know? Damn. Okay, and then let me play this beginning part and we should be good. Wow, dude. Honestly, the first part of the wave section is the most confusing without, or with the deco. Dude, cash money, cash register. All right, chat, sorry. I don't want to overdo it, but we're definitely getting a good feeling for how the rest of the level goes. I do think that we're good for today and that we should call it. Did y'all enjoy the stream? I'm ending on TikTok. Take care of yourselves. Hop over to the purple platform if you want to be a part of the way, the raid. See you all tomorrow. W stream? W stream me, thanks, chat. That was a solid Monday stream. And the fact that we broke the seal for playing the level with deco is very huge. We'll have a more realistic prediction tomorrow. I think we should run the prediction of if we can just beat the whole wave section. We'll probably do that tomorrow because obviously, yeah, can we get a new best of 83%? No. But I think a good goal for tomorrow, chat, I think a good goal for tomorrow for 9 circles progression, if we can get the wave section from front to back by the end of tomorrow's stream, I will be happy. Because I think if we can do that, there's a very real opportunity that any stream the rest of the week, we can beat all of 9 circles. So does that make sense? We're going to try and get the whole wave section. That'll be our first goal. And then beyond that, we'll try and get the new best of 83% again. And then we'll try and beat the whole shebang. But I do think that we can beat 9 circles this week. We just kind of have to be methodical like that. We're raiding my friend Quinn. He's a Binding of Isaac streamer. Do not worry if you don't know the game. He's got good yaps. He will take care of you well. Go spend time with your uncle. Go spend time with your uncle, chat. Thank you for the W stream. I'll see y'all tomorrow. We're gonna watch part 2 of the Samifying Space UK video. I'm excited for that. And then we will drop into more of 9 circles. Last time I was in the stream, I was talking about boobs. Sounds about right. Take care of yourselves, chat. Hey, yo! See you tomorrow.